Alrighty, everybody. Hello, and everybody from around the internet. Welcome to the stream today. My name is SenseiSuplex, and today we have the first session of not the Ascent, not even Rime of the Frost Maiden, not Secrets in the Sands, not Valley of Dreams. Instead, we have the first session to the new Soulbound Campaign, the continuation of Rime of the Frost Maiden, known as the Seven Souls. That being said, hello, everybody. My name is SenseiSuplex. I'm a professional dungeon master, and today, we have the likes of a new adventure featuring a couple of new faces and a couple of old faces as well. As we're going to be getting the likes of this sort of campaign chapter started off and all that good stuff. With the likes of, well, a little bit of a interesting turn of events. If you guys saw the Ascent from yesterday. A little bit of a wacky and wild session. Also, guys, you may want to wait. I tell you this all the time. I've rigged the new overlay up to where it displays a whole bunch of stuff on stream. You may want to wait to give out inspiration points until after the fact, or after I go back into the thing, so it can display on the stream. But hey, if you want to just shut the production value down, I mean, that's fine. I can give you your inspiration point, Bimra. But that being said, jokes aside, thank you, Raven, for redeeming your inspiration point. I will make sure to give that to Bimmy in just a moment. That being said, I don't think I got any announcements for this game besides the general announcements I got to do with the players and all that stuff. So, hey, let's get started with today's session. Let's go send it over to him. Rime of the Frost Maiden overlay. I'm going to keep, also, I'm going to call this game Rime of the Frost Maiden like 18 times. Oh, hold on. It's using the stream chat. I need to go grab something from, here, I'm gonna unmute, but I need to go grab some things and change this overlay real quick, because something's not right with it. All right, so I'm gonna go switch on over between the Ascent and, what do you call it? The thingy. Give me 2 seconds, guys, and I gotcha. Give me 2 seconds. Chat box. There you go. Rime the Frost Maiden. Chat box, boom, and we're gonna drop this right about here. Bam. All right, let's unmute and let's see what they're talking about.
No, I'm just asking. I'm not asking for like official.
She's not talking to us.
What? Hello?
What? I'm so confused.
What?
So am I. I'm fucking confused too.
I'm always confused when I'm always confused when I undeafen, no matter what. No matter who the campaign is, it's always just, this is a staple.
No, it's because of Narth. I was talking to Narth and them, and then Narth was like, oh, she's not talking to us. Like, wait, yes, I am.
You were like,
yes.
Oh my God. Because you were saying like, oh, like, please, like, say it. It sounds like you're on the phone. Okay.
No,
yeah, there was also some background noise.
You're like, oh,
yeah.
You should. Oh, I forgot. I had Sensei's Twitch on my phone. That's why you probably heard that. My bad.
Oh, it really did.
We're off to a fantastic start.
To you.
We're back. It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
Exactly.
Hello.
Start off with some classic miscommunication, right? I think that fits this campaign, right?
Yeah.
Back in D&D.
Oh, if only you knew. Oh man. That being said, hello everybody. Hope everyone's doing good on this fine morning, evening, night, whatever the hell it may be, because we got players from all around the world. I do have a couple announcements to go over, but I want to speed through them real quick so we can have as much time to play. As again, I explained this to the players, but to chat, session will have to get cut off a little bit early because we have a Project Aurora staff meeting at 1:30, so let's not waste any time. And if you don't know what Project Aurora is, there you go. There is the command. You can read all about it that way, and chat and the mods will be able to explain it to anybody who has questions. But for the first announcement, that being said, if you have tuning in for the first time, that said, and you want to get caught up on any of the previous Soulbound sessions between the likes of Rime, Valley of Dreams, or anything like that, be sure to go sub to the YouTube channel. And be sure to go watch the videos there, as we basically posted every single VOD of this campaign over on to that place. So go check out that when you can and go sub to it. Also, hey, if you want to get notified whenever a new campaign session gets started, make sure to hit the follow button right now. We're actually really close to hitting 1,400 followers, and it's possible that we could hit it today, as we literally only have 6 followers left. I believed in the Ascent yesterday, but apparently, I guess I didn't believe hard enough. maybe this campaign will be the one to do it and bring us home. Who knows? We'll figure it out. But also new channel points, and they work a little bit differently. I don't really have to explain it to the players. It's not really much of that thing, like a thing for them, but it is more of a thing for chat instead. So essentially the way it works is inspiration points have definitely changed. So if you do have any inspiration points, they're completely null and void like last time or whatever. But the way they work is inspiration is a flat out reroll for any dice of your choice, as long as it's not, my dice. It can be any one of your allies, as long as obviously they agree to it. It can be any one of yours and all that stuff. But essentially, whenever you get an inspiration point or die, then if you already have one, so for example, let's say Karos has an inspiration die, and then, I don't know, Raven gives him a second one, right? He already has one, so what instead he'll do is Karos will give his second inspiration die to another player who hasn't received one, right? And this is made this way so everybody can get inspiration die, so it's not just one or two, maybe even three people just freaking getting inspiration dies out the ass or whatever, and then, not everybody getting, a chance, right? But yeah, that said, that is that. Is there any other thing? Also the other thing is that inspiration die are capped to 6 times per session, so you can only give it obviously once to each player. Right. But does anybody have any questions about that at all? Not player wise.
No.
Okie dokie. And
Hey, before we start, is there any banned cantrips?
Cantrips, I don't think so. All I can tell you is don't take the new spell Silvery Barbs. That shit is giga banned. That spell is broken.
Okay.
That spell is broken from Strixhaven.
Which spell?
Silvery Barbs or something like that. People in chat will know what it is. They'll give me the name. That is something else.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. So don't pick that one. And if you have a question like what feats you can take and can't take, then yeah, just let me know.
I already did Magic Initiate, so I'm getting spells. And that should be good.
Okie dokie. Yeah. Oh, also, for the players, the lore challenge begins now. Oh, wait, fuck, I forgot to do it for the Ascent. Maybe if I see, because a lot of them are in general chat or whatever, I may just ask them to do it that way. But the lore challenge for this week has started. Basically, you can guess one random exotic weather effect correctly in Soulbound, and if you do, then you basically will get a reward for that. Everybody should get a chance to do it, but we may end up cutting it off short because obviously we don't have much time today. So, because we don't have much time, that's it for all my announcements. Did anybody have anything at all before we get started? Any questions, any comments, any things that they say like, hey, yo, Sensei, this thing isn't working. What's going on? Anything like that?
The lore challenge is for us, right? I just want to make sure.
The lore challenge is for every Soulbound group.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So, I know it's been a while, everybody, but I think it's time for a good old-fashioned SenseiSuplex intro from ye old Captain Fable, if you will, as we begin the likes of Rime of the Frost Maiden. Rime of the Frost Maiden. I believe this is called the new Soulbound campaign, The 7 Souls. And with that, I need each and every single one of you all to gather around the table. Ooh, that was fuck. Hold on, let's try that again. Hey, Fable, try that shit again. Hold on, that was loud as hell. Alright, one more time from the top. There we go. So, I would like each and every single one of you to gather around the table. And let me tell you all a Voden fable. To gather around for the tale of these survivors. The likes of a fable of a looming corruption. For this be the infamous tale of the Frost Maiden, and the legendary tale of the 7 Souls. The tale would begin with 5 brave souls, however, heading further into the Azure Taiga. However, This boat ride would bound these individuals and their souls forever to these lands. A battle between titans and dragons would occur, sinking the ship and either killing or freezing over everyone until awakening. Our heroes, they'd gather their wits and trek out to anywhere to find comfort and safety, but would be met with a harsh reality. The world had aged at least 5 years in time, and this astral force, known as the corruption, had gotten much, much worse. The world was put in the everlasting frost, and it'd be up to our heroes to investigate and save the taiga. They wouldn't do it alone, however. After meeting individuals in their travels, such as Oyama Nartok and her brother Aegon, from Arya to Karos to Winter Wolves and even adventurers like themselves in the Descent, they'd all help our heroes take the fight to the corruption and every threat thrown at them, while even fighting in the arena of the gods. Their journey, however, would have its up and downs. For every success, a setback would be placed, from our heroes getting captured to realms to from our heroes getting captured to realm-consuming portals being opened. Our heroes would stand strong and seek to save this world, no matter the cost. However, now their adventure takes them to the highest point in Voden, to save a friend, to reunite with allies, sisters, and to take down an old rival, a mechanical titan, seeking to destroy them all. Will they be victorious, or will they be forgotten to the likes of time and Tales themselves? We'll have to find out in the first session back of the Seven Souls. And with that, everybody, let us begin today's session. Alrighty. Hey Orange, I'll give you bonus points if you know where that song's from.
I didn't even hear a song. What?
Feels bad. Feels fucking bad. Foundry doing Foundry things. It's Freljord's theme. Basically the ARAM thingy. Or Lissandra's themey. Thing.
Oh. Yeah.
Feels bad.
Oh, now I hear it.
Yep, Foundry doing Foundry things. What's up, Fish?
Power's ready to import.
Gotcha, I'll do that in just a moment. If you give me
Man, you
one
shouldn't have
minute.
told me. I knew I would know instantly the minute I heard the first note.
Oh man, but it's all good. So, Voden, we're gonna swing you guys over to the likes of a little bit of a map that you guys saw for a brief moment, but yeah, welcome to the show as we return back to the likes of, well, this abomination of a place. Let me explain and exactly set the setting and or explain what you remember seeing from a month ago. All right, let's get this going. And let's get this going. All right, boom and boom. So, as we return back to the likes of our heroes, we look as our heroes specifically, they decide to rush towards the mountain, seeming to try to reunite with the likes of their allies and more. However, as they do, they would walk into the likes of a place where all hell would be breaking loose. We return as we see as the Stormbird begins to swoop down to the mountainside and surge with electricity, bringing forth an entire chaos storm besides them and all around. You feel the wind almost blow you forwards and backwards, almost simultaneously and all around, nearly crashing into the rocks, then back into the snow from the sheer gusts caused by their wings. You see, however, in their mouth lies an individual familiar to some, a white-haired Bijou with crystal arms bloodied and little signs of life, if any at all. Thorin. As soon as you witness this, up above, you see yelling the likes, yelling, kind of running away, trying to yell out to get everybody pretty much together. The likes of the Descent, allies even. behind the Stormbird, they seem to be in the process of being chased by him, as well as by the corruption and more. They flee up towards the mountain after standing their ground as long as they could. However, they can't hold out any longer. They flee, and as they do, you would see running away the likes of Zephyr, Spike, Navro, and more, alive and well, but for how long? However, from the likes of the screaming, the bird screeching, and the monster noises made by the likes of the corruption, and pretty much the likes of the corruption also tumbling from all sides, you all begin to hear a rumbling before you glance upwards to find a mass, a collective, even. It being the likes of Karas, or the likes of Arya, and maybe even Groswarl. First, you all would witness up above, with your passive perceptions, the likes of a massive avalanche barreling towards you all. It seems to be careening off the likes of the side of the mountain, getting ready to fall onto your position directly. You see as immediately, out of instinct, the Ascent begins to flee to safety upwards towards the mountain where the snow doesn't fall specifically, to maybe find where a cavern can hide out. However, the avalanche forms, but the corruption does not stop. With you being in the middle or being in between them, you see as the corruption actually begins to turn towards you and the avalanche begins to start barreling your way. You book it, and you try to find safety anywhere but here. That being said, as we return to this area, oh boy, here we go. I'm gonna change maps for you guys once more. As you guys appear about here. At this point in time, it gets even better. You see as a portal begins to open up, and a rift, another tear in reality begins to form, and you will see as emerging a massive sort of individual with a tall sort of black top hat, and the likes of the Keeper, beginning to form and then emerge right beside the likes of, well, you all, bringing forth an Astral Genasi and Pyre. You see as they're kind of trying to hold their hat on top of their head and even try to keep their cloak closed from the likes of a blizzard beginning to form. But they're struggling a little bit. You see as they look towards the avalanche, and they're getting the fuck out of here. That is your problem and that is not theirs. They are getting out of here. You see as they begin to try to rush away, and as they're running for their very lives, you see as they get about roughly 30 feet, maybe 80, about 120 of just constant sprinting before you see as the Keeper just immediately pancakes into the likes of the snow, and the avalanche begins to form over him, burying his body. He'll probably be fine. He's a god, right? Yeah. I fucking smacked my mic. But that being said, as you all begin to see the avalanche forming, it's only inches away, or not inches away, but only several feet and meters away. It's time for a skill challenge to escape. Alrighty. So, before we get into your introductions and all that stuff, let me explain the likes of a skill challenge for those of you who are new and for those who remember it, just to jog your memory back. Basically, you guys, or your main goal is to get the hell out of this avalanche at the moment, or get out of this blizzard, to find safety, or just at least escape from the likes of the snow. You can use, or there'll be several rounds to this, but essentially you can use different ability checks, or spells, or abilities, actions that your character may possess, and you can use them as creatively as you want to try to aid in helping your companions escape and live, as well as yourself, right? You can also help each other, like you can help your allies in these sort of ability checks or these little dice rolls by giving them advantage, but you have to describe exactly how you're helping them. You can't just say, hey, I want to help Groswarl do whatever they're trying to do. You got to explain exactly how you're helping, right? Does anybody have any questions about that, or is everything good to go?
Can I just lay down on the ground and be consumed since I don't need to breathe?
Technically you can, but you will freeze to death. The benefits of being your race. Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh boy.
For some reason, there is a Karos just completely missing. That's weird. Yeah, I got you, buddy.
I am here.
What the? Oh wait, what the fuck? You were just hiding behind Pyre. You're just like, no, Pyre, please. Oh man.
On my screen,
Pyre-
he was
Pyre-
hiding behind me. I didn't
Pyre
even
has
see him.
teleported on top of him, just like right behind him, going, "What?"
Also,
Just
the last
like-
thing. The last thing is you do not, if you want to use spells or anything like that in the skill challenge, you actually do not lose the spell slots. You can use them as willy-nilly as you want and be as creative as you wish. That being said, oh, go ahead.
I do have. Sorry, I forgot to raise my hand. Does Pyre have a long rest? Because there's stuff that needs to reset for that.
Yes.
And then second, he's not been uploaded to.
Yep,
Oh,
I was.
just
Yeah,
like-
I was literally doing it as you mentioned it.
Okay. I was like, okay.
Gotta need to be
I
level
need
4
to-
here.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I enjoy my 4 extra health points, please. Pretty please.
I've been said. Mm-hmm.
So that's my portent rolls then.
So is that a 5 and a 9? Yeah, 5 and a 9.
5 and a 9.
Alrighty. That being said, as this begins to happen, you guys can talk amongst yourselves as much as you kind of can, running away from this avalanche. But when you are ready, you can move your tokens forth. Actually, I need, before that happens, I need one person to roll a d6 for me.
I can roll it.
Go for it, Arya.
Okay. Stop that. No. Bad foundry. There we go. Oh no.
1. Oh, well, we're starting off strong today.
I'm scared.
That being said, you guys can move your tokens. You can talk amongst yourselves, or what are you saying and what are you doing as you watch as the avalanche is barreling towards you. Pyre just got thrown into all of this all at once, and
One sec.
it's a lot happening.
Pyre being teleported back in, 'cause I think the last thing he remembers is being inside of a cave, looking up at the mountain, just dumbfounded. Just turns and starts running.
You move your character and get a move on.
Wait, I have a question real quick.
Uh-huh.
So how can we tell just how far this thing is? Like how far we have to go to get out of this avalanche or no?
Make a perception check, Arya. Let's just see roughly like about how far you have to go to find maybe a bit of safety.
Sorry, give me a second because it's still freaking okay.
There you go, 6.
Hell,
Arya, please, man.
It's snow everywhere, and you don't care where you go. You just need to know that you gotta go.
Could I try, and could I roll survival? Would that be a thing that survival would be good for?
It will be a higher DC because Arya's already rolled for it, but you can certainly try.
I would like to try.
18. Well, hey, that'll be enough. In this case,
God bless.
so you look over, trying to figure out. Okay, there's an avalanche. I've been in the taiga for a while. There's been multiple avalanches before. Okay, where the heck could we go? You look around and you find any sort of signs of shelter anywhere at all possible, and you look and see that there's not really much of anything. No sort of caverns that maybe you could hide out in or anything at all, really. You can't even hide behind the rocks because, again, obviously you just get buried over the snow when it comes over those sort of cliffside. You look ahead, and at this point, your best bet, honestly, run as fast as you possibly can and try to find any bit of cover, or maybe even try to climb the likes of a tree or something, anything but here. But this area in the immediate vicinity, it is not good at all.
Woof.
It is rough.
So
Okay.
Sensei, can Pyre test out a theory real quick?
I like testing theories out.
Can he quickly cast Ray of Frost on the ground? And does it make like a sheet of ice?
Ray of Frost on the ground. I would say so, yeah.
Okay. Could this sheet of ice support people, I don't know, sliding down it like penguins?
I love this.
It's a cantrip, so I can just pew 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 pew.
Penguin sliding, you say?
Yeah, because
Okay.
so my reasoning behind this is that
This
it
is too
says
funny to
it
not let it
reduces
happen.
movement by 10 feet. So I'm thinking, it creates ice.
tell you
it
what.
takes a while to move. So
I'll
if you
tell you
jump
what.
and run,
So here's what I got for you, Pyre. So typically, obviously, the spell doesn't fucking work this way, but who fucking cares? If you make an Arcana check, it's gonna be a difficult DC. The main reason why it's difficult is because none of you are built to be sliding on your bellies, and you also have bits of armor, gear, weapons, and more to be sliding onto, and you also don't have ice skates or whatever, right? But I'll tell you what, if you can make an Arcana check, beat the DC, and if anybody wants to help Pyre in this case and scenario, then we can maybe talk about it, and we'll see if you succeed. But while you do that, Quink Cat, aka Spike, has given you an inspiration die.
Oh, I'm.
How do we help Pyre?
Describe how you want to help him.
I have an idea.
Oh.
Roland would definitely be willing to just give some speed to that ice sheet, this sledge that we have going on here, and just push more speed to that thing and get going.
So are you saying you're going to start yeeting people down the ice to get them a little bit of a boost?
More like pushing them on. Hey, throwing them down, that ain't bad either.
So what I'm hearing is we make a ramp and you just shoot a bunch of people's speed and we just become missiles flying down the mountain.
That's even better.
Oh my
If I could offer something potentially to help, okay, if it's not allowed, but I feel like because Graz has been like all like wilderness survival and stuff, like when you like climb up a mountain, right, you have to climb up, but when you go down, you don't climb down. You would find a way to sled or ski down. So I feel like she would have knowledge about like good ways to design the ice for like maximum not only safety but also possibly maneuverability.
That being said, yeah, you got a point there. All right, I'll tell you what. So Roland, your check will come in handy after the fact if they succeed. We need to see if they succeed first. So I'll tell you what. That's a good way to describe how you're helping Pyre. Pyre, make it with advantage, as Groswell is sort of directing you where to kind of place the bits of the ice in the span of only several seconds. Oh, it was almost a 17. Oh, that being said, you got anything else to add to it, or is that it? It is a difficult DC, my friend. You're a penguin sliding.
Is the inspiration a reroll?
Yes, it is a reroll, and you take the roll that you get afterwards.
Question is, am I gonna beat?
Yeah, I think that's kind of scary going and re-rolling it.
I also have a 50-50 chance because I rolled a 9 for the 16 total.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like if we succeed in this, then that is like a major step forward.
Yes,
whereas if we re-roll and fail, then like, okay, whatever. But like if we succeed, this could be extremely helpful.
Alright, I'm using the inspo to re-roll.
Let's go.
Alright.
Oh shit. Another thing of Pyre.
Pyre will have to give that to somebody else in a minute. 17. Oh man.
Oh my god.
We're going up by 1. Also, Pyre, you have received inspiration die from chat, but you already received one earlier. So pick a player that you would like to give it to.
I'm gonna give it to Graz because she's been on the mountain before.
Graz already has an inspiration.
Then we'll give it to Roland for the speed idea.
All right, that said, with a 17, so it's not necessarily a success, it's not necessarily a failure. This is a difficult one, but so you make the bits of the ice, right? And you're able. It's more so a matter on whether you'll probably be able to maneuver yourselves, like each and every single one of you individually, whether you'll be able to maneuver yourselves enough to the point of actually gaining speed and not just slipping on your ass and then just falling and then getting stuck in the likes of the snow, right? This is what it's going to be more so of. So it's not a success, but it's not necessarily a failure. This will come down to Roland. Roland, I need you to start making athletics checks, and it needs to be a damn good one, as you're going to start like throwing people or kind of pushing and throwing people down the ice to hopefully have them slide down a little bit faster. 16. Oh man. That means. Go ahead.
Wait. Can I give him a boost, right? Because I was already thinking of this earlier. If this failed, I have Misty Step. As long as the person is willing, right? I was gonna Face Step, sorry, not Misty Step. As long as the person is willing and I'm in spring mode, I can teleport a willing creature up to 30 feet.
Well, it's
right?
not necessarily that. It's more so there's 8 of you.
No, I know, but you said the spells don't count against us, so I can keep using this thing.
Well, that's kind of metagaming or whatever, at a game, like sort of a thing.
If nothing else is there, I can also burn that other inspiration here.
If you want, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's probably a good idea here. Sure.
I would just like to say
fucking
all
go,
of the
let-
current
26, there we go. That being said, as this begins to happen, you begin to start throwing people left and right, trying to get them a little bit more of a boost. As you begin to throw the legs to Karas, you see as Karas begins to get a little bit more, or gets a little bit of a sprint on, trying to rush as fast as they can. Afterwards, Pyre, then Arya, then even helping the likes of Njord, Graz, and more. As you begin to almost be the last one to sort of help everyone out, you see as you guys begin to continue rushing on and more. As this happens, off to the side, you guys move up a little bit. Hold on, let me open this little area up. If I can. Oh wait, hold on.
Oh shit.
As this begins to happen, oh boy, here we go for the first one. Also, Bimroth, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your face cam's still off, by the way.
Yeah. I'm eating.
Gotcha, understandable. But Karas, as this begins to happen, you rush forward, leading the charge for a little bit as you were the first one being thrown. As you do, you begin to see as the corruption begins to start forming their path and almost surrounding the likes of all of you. You see them forming from behind, but also more so in front and toward the left and towards the right. As this begins to happen, you see as, well, actually, hold on. Let me start grabbing a couple of tokens if I can. You're about to see a bunch of dice roll. You can ignore that because the stupid module likes to re-roll and randomize HP every single time. You can ignore it entirely, trust me. Yeah, it's gonna be that thing. So you can ignore this entirely, but... Alright, and more from over here. Alright. You're gonna see a bunch of dice just rolling for a bit. But at this point in time, Karas, you begin to see as they begin to form all around you, and you immediately take out the likes of your swords and more. As they begin to almost lunge towards you, you see as they just pounce, almost like a pack of wolves or hyenas pouncing on their prey. Karas, you begin to fight through one, killing a second, then withstanding a third, but more and more and more of them begin to start forming, and at this point, they start almost piling on top of you and nearly start trying to rip you to shreds as they surround you. At this point in time, everyone, you look over towards Karas as he is being surrounded and just nearly torn into oblivion. You have a moment or a chance to save him, but how long does he have until he is finished off? That said, what a skill or ability check or even spell are you using to save him and assist in this time?
You asked-
Question,
oh, wait.
mechanic question. Sorry.
You got that fire.
Are we basing if we kill them off HP, or
No,
that's kind of a meta question?
No, it's just a skill challenge.
Okay.
Dude, I'm gonna chaos bolt those people and hope that it bounces off. I'll do that to help them.
Is that what you want to do? Is that...
After the chaos bolt, or I'm gonna assist with scorching ray.
Scorching Ray, so there's going to be there's going to be two checks from both of you. You guys are a wizard, you are a sorcerer. So here's what I'll need from both of you. I'll need the likes of Pyre, make an intelligence check. Arya, I need you to make a charisma check.
You got it.
And I also help
Are you
myself.
serious?
Not at oh fuck, I forgot to fucking add or mention that roll. I said it for the ascent. So essentially what happens whenever you two, or whenever a player is quote unquote incapacitated or restrained or whatever at the moment, aka surrounded in this point in time, and basically in need of assistance, then the character who is in need of assistance cannot necessarily help themselves at the moment. It'll be up to the other players to be able to help said person in need of assistance. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Gotcha.
That burns a spell slot, correct?
No, it does not burn a spell slot. That being said, 13 and a 15, that'll be enough. As you begin to immediately unleash your arcane blast, Pyre, you begin to use the likes of fire and magic and more to start obliterating the individuals. However, it doesn't seem to necessarily strike into them for a brief moment in time. As Arya begins to see as they're not necessarily taking a bit of damage or as much as you sort of assumed, Arya begins to come forth and start striking with the likes of Chaos Bolt, changing the likes of the magic and making them vulnerable for a brief moment in time. From the sheer force and blast from the arcane energy, they're able to knock them away from Chaos for a brief moment in time and allow Chaos to escape while you all push forward and slay the rest of the corruption. Easy enough. That being said, that is a success and you guys are good to go to keep moving on. I need someone to roll a d5 afterwards. Go ahead, Fish.
Who's in the front of our pack?
At the moment, Karas, unless anybody else wants to lead the charge next.
Can I reach Karas at this point, or are we like all moving and sliding at the same speed so we can't catch up to each other?
It's more so, if you want, I mean, granted, Karas had to slow down because of the ice in general, so if you wanted to sort of rush over a little bit and try to gain a little bit more speed to get in front of him, yeah, you could do that easy enough.
I mean, I don't want to get in front of him. If now that Pyre sees that there's corruption here, the person in the front, he's gonna run up and touch Karas and cast Dragon's Breath, so now we have a flame cannon in front of us.
That being said, alright, as you begin to rush over and cast the likes of the spell, which type of breath weapon would you like? So is that fire, cold, or what are you doing?
You said I didn't, when I casted the Scorching Ray, the fire wasn't necessarily impacting them as much?
Not necessarily impacting them as much as when the last time you fought these individuals, if you did, I'm not entirely sure if you were there for that session, the party figured out that these individuals were in fact immune to fire damage.
Oh, immune, okay.
But it was more so not necessarily, the thing that was effective in that case scenario was the actual blast, the force of them being pushed back from it. After being pelted with multiple scorching rays.
Okay. I would probably choose acid. Melt them. If it's a physical force, to melt them, yeah.
Alrighty, that being said, Karas, you are imbued with the likes of acid, draconic energy, and more to essentially annihilate your foes in front of you. That being said, as that is the success that you need, you guys can all move forward and start moving your tokens at this point in time. You look around, and I'll describe stuff as you guys are doing this, but you look around at this point, it seems to be that you're not entirely sure on which direction to go. Graz, for a brief moment, you see and look around as there's bits of debris or almost structures of buildings that would have been, even the likes of other possible structures and more besides just a simple building of a house or anything like that. There seem to be almost all completely destroyed from either the likes of the snow or even the likes of just the area around and the likes of Voden's sort of chaotic energy, almost ripping everything to shreds. At this point in time, it seems to be that you guys you look over towards the kind of southern portion of the map, and there seems to be a small sort of divot into the likes of a forest, seeming to be where the avalanche probably won't make it as fast. You have a choice of going there, or you have a choice of going the opposite direction, trying to go a little bit around the mountain, trying to maybe get to the side where not necessarily the snow is sort of falling down to. Your choice, forest or mountain.
I vote forest.
Frost.
Fire is following those that know better than him.
All right. That being said, you guys continue forth and you start rushing forward. That said, I'll move your tokens a little bit. Oop. Don't forget Jon Snow the Winter Wolf. All right. At this point in time, what'd you guys roll? A 4. All right. Graz, as you begin to begin to look towards the forest, you immediately begin to start leading the charge for a brief moment in time. As this happens, you all begin to watch as the snow begins to pick up more and more. You begin to truck ahead, Graz, but however, as the snow begins to keep building up, you begin to struggle for a bit. You hope for your bearkin fur and even the bear fat can keep you warm. However, in normal climates, maybe, but not necessarily in Voden. you would watch, and everyone around are looking ahead as you watch as she's sort of sliding on the likes of the ice through the pyre. You would see as her arms are actually beginning to freeze over. Instinctively, you try to claw yourself kind of out of the ice, and you repeat the process while sprinting and sliding to help yourself. And it works out all until the likes of your legs begin to start freezing to the ground itself. You see and watch as a mist begins to form, and you hear a voice. A familiar one, but definitely a sinister one, as you hear this. You and Spike will fall all the same. You will join us. And with that, you all begin to see as what lied to be Graz now turns into an entire bearkin statue, frozen solid completely. What do you all do to try to get her out of this frozen predicament as the avalanche is at this point? Now the snow is starting to catch up to you guys. You guys are outrunning it a little bit, but between the setback between Cross and maybe this, it's only a matter of time before you it starts getting or becoming more of a threat. What are you guys doing to save Graz?
Like, if we try and melt it, will that, like, fuck her up, or no?
Not necessarily mess her up like that way, but if you were to just try to rip her necessarily out of the ground, probably that's gonna be very, very terrible and bad. Probably don't want to do that.
Can we push the grass statue over and try to use it as a sledge?
If you really want to, I mean, just be very careful not to break it and kill her.
Oh, so she's like solid.
She is solid, like an ice statue.
I'm like Anna in Frozen.
I'm gonna, in all honesty, I'm gonna, what I'm gonna do for her is I'm just gonna look at Oya and be like, hey, can you get your friend here? And, you know, and like, cause Arya, I can warm underneath Graz, so that way if we do like pick her up or something, it won't it won't break. Because I can warm up to 1 cubic feet, right? And I'm assuming it means a cube, and Graz is inside a singular cube on my screen, unlike Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, it's more so Graz is also 8 feet tall or 7 feet tall
I know.
at least.
I'm not melting her, but you said if we tried to like grab her, that it'd mess it up.
Yeah, like I mean, like sort of rip her off, like rip her legs off of the ice or anything like that. Yeah. So you're just trying to warm you're trying to like warm the legs of her legs and all that stuff. Basically, you know, melt the ice that way, right?
No. I'm trying to, because we don't have time for that. So I'm trying to warm the ground underneath her, so that way her feet aren't stuck, and that way, like when Oya picks her up, it's not gonna like rip her legs off. It'll just be like, oh, a clean detachment, like.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. Yeah, that's what I thought you said. That's what I thought you meant.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna just do that, and then because I'm sitting right next to her anyway, and I'm just gonna be like, all right, Oya, grab your girl, and then we're gonna book because you said it's down here, right? I don't know how to. It won't let me do that. You said down here. Right?
It's kind of like
Over
in that
here?
sort of southern direction or southeastern direction.
Okay, like would we have to go around this tree over here? Because we can't see. So we have to go around this tree over here or over here.
Do this. Boop. Bam.
Oh, okay, bet. Say less. All right, yeah, we're booking it. Let's go, guys. Woohoo!
Alrighty, so first make an Arcana check because you do need to make a skill check. And go ahead,
Oh
Karas.
shit, I forgot.
I'm gonna touch Graz and cast protection from good
Nat
and evil.
20.
You got it, and with a nat 20 on top of that, between Karas casting the likes of protection from good and evil, you begin to immediately, actually, I mean, there's no real reason to roll with advantage because that's a nat 20 right there. You see as the mist begins to almost sort of stop surrounding the likes of Graz and begins to immediately dissipate around her. Arya, you begin to start melting the likes of the ice, and for a brief moment in time between the likes of both of you, instead of necessarily just unfreezing or melting the likes of her feet, Karas, you're actually able to as well just completely dissipate the ice as your frozen bear is no longer a frozen bear, but a living and warm one as much as you kind of can in the middle of a blizzard. That said, she is free and no longer incapacitated. That is a success. Keep on
Thanks,
moving and
y'all.
trucking along.
I love you, Ross.
I love you too, girl. You got my back.
Always.
All right.
So to fly, I just say how high.
That being said, you watch as the corruption begins to start forming even more. At this point, oh boy, hold on. Oh god, it's doing the thing again. There we go, please. You see as they're beginning to start rushing over and sprinting over to the side, you actually do notice Pyre as kind of behind you, you look over, and the corruption itself, they're actually slipping and falling on a bit of the ice, trying to rush over towards you, and they're not having necessarily the greatest of times, but they're trying their best. Oop, why is this not working? There we go. As this is sort of happening, you'll see more and more of them beginning to form actually in front of you and around you, but at this point you're nearly out of the woods and nearly nearly have escaped. That being said, I need someone to roll a D3 for me. Oh. Alright, that is a 2. Alrighty, you guys can move your tokens, say what you need to say, or keep moving where you wish to go. Boy.
Which area is where we're heading? Just to make sure that
just kind of towards the southeastern part. At this point, oh boy, Aria, as you are going over here, oh boy.
I'm ready. Throw it at me.
You begin to look over, and as you notice as this sort of area is beginning to form, the avalanche, as you've been able to try to outrun it for as much as you possibly can, and due to the fact of Pyre, you were able to at least prolong it for as little as as long as you could, but after a bit of time, you watch as the mountain begins to crumble from afar. Bits of snow begins to form, and then you notice it and try to pick up the pace, not letting anything slow you down. You look over towards the corruption and begin to unleash an arcane arrow towards the corrupted individuals, clearing a path for you and your allies. 1 down, then 2, but on a 3rd one, you watch as the avalanche is too fast. You immediately see with a huge sort of almost blast of snow forming up the likes of the ice. You, nearly Karos, if it wasn't for the likes of him being behind this sort of or stone pillar and rolling behind him, you see as Arya's nearly almost flattened by the likes of the snow, almost buried completely underneath it, as you see as she nearly vanishes. You try to begin to reach a hand out and try to claw your way out, but it's no use. Everyone, you see Arya in the snowstorm buried underneath it, and you have only so long to save her. It's now or never. That being said, what is everybody doing?
I'm pulling Avatar. I'm just kidding.
I'd like to rage.
Alright, oh god. If you'd like to rage, please roll on the Wild Magic Barbarian table.
Oh dear lord.
I sure will.
That is a 3. Wait, is that the funny one? I think it is. Oh, wait, please tell me it's flowers. Please tell me it's flowers. Please tell me. Damn it. Okay. Oh boy.
Well, I get some help at least. I think I.
Hey, odd or even? Actually, no. You get to choose. You want to flump for a pixie?
Give me a pixie.
I was hoping the flump. Damn it.
God damn it.
Alright, you want a pixie. Alright, you get Vinny Versetti. No, I'm kidding. Alright.
Oh god.
Wait, actually, that kind of makes sense.
Oh god.
No, he's not here. Never mind. That being said, yeah, damn it, he's not here. That being said, as this begins to happen, you see just as something begins to form, as you immediately enter out into a rage, a small sort of tiny individual, actually funny enough, in the likes of a sort of well-dressed individual, kind of like in a suit and sort of tie and more, and they begin to form and look towards you. And I'm gonna go grab the token of a pixie. What do you want to do, Roland? Oh god, it's Ambrosie's token. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's Ambrosie.
I mean, Roland isn't exactly very well versed in all arcane stuff, so he hardly even noticed like anything going on. Just feels a little thing and then just jumps in and tries to dig into the snow and help Arya out.
Alright, so that being said, as you begin to rush over, you'll see as the pixie is being as useful as ever, and it's just sprinkling glitter and just magic everywhere. Karas, you look over and for a brief moment, you just get a headache. For whatever reason, you just get instinctually a headache. For whatever reason, you're not entirely sure why. It's almost like memories of a past that they aren't yours, but they feel like they are. It's just coming back to haunt you. Roland, make an athletics check. And is anybody helping Roland to dig Arya out of the snow?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Is there anything specific you guys are doing? Describe exactly how you're trying to like free the likes of Arya.
Pretty much just as digging into the snow as fast as he could. We're using all arms and legs and tails and shit, whatever he can. So.
All
Yes,
right.
I also use Zephyr Strike to increase my speed.
Trying to just dig even faster and more and more and more. All right, athletics check with advantage, rolling 23.
Oh,
All right,
yeah,
roll
advantage.
again. Okay, we'll take the fucking 23. We don't want the one. We don't want the one. That said, between the both of you, as you begin to dig her out of the likes of the snow, you rip the legs of her arm from her and nearly just pull her and place her back onto the ground and continue forth. That being said, Graz, you point out to the likes if you want. You know that the the force is not too far from here. You have a bit of time before more and more of the avalanches hitting you and even harder at this point with a second or third wave. What do you guys do? Do you continue on or do you stay where you're at for something else?
I assume we
Keep going, right? Because you said that all the structures were like so broken down that it, like, essentially we would have no protection, right?
Ken. A cowabunga. No, I'm kidding.
fight the avalanche.
There's even a limit to our
Intimidate the avalanche.
Who knows what loot can be in the thing? No, I'm messing with you guys.
You just tell it no, and it's like a Moses of the Red Sea, and it just woo.
Nah, I'm just completely joking with you guys. But what do you guys want to do? Are you guys running forward?
Yeah.
Book it.
All right. So as you guys continue booking it forward, you rush through the likes of the snow and more. And with that final success, you guys are able to immediately rush forward and try to almost outrun the likes of the snow. Between the likes of Pyre sort of using the likes of Ray of Frost, Graz telling or explaining where to sort of place it for the best portions possible to slide, Roland throwing people ahead, and more. And also as well as Arya and Karas destroying any foes in their path. You all are successful in your escape. That being said, eventually, after a bit of time, you all would begin to see as the avalanche does eventually, or the avalanche does eventually begin to stop. But from far behind, you do notice as the likes of storm, electricity, clouds begin, or gray clouds begin to form amongst the sky, kind of towards where the mountain was, towards where the ascent was. You hear the striking of the lightning and thunder. You can't but help wonder if whether they're okay. Right now, you have to worry about yourselves in this moment in time. As eventually, you find a little bit of a calm as the snow begins to wane a little bit. And you all eventually arrive towards here into a somewhat destroyed forest. Alright, give me 1 second. Let me send you to the map. I don't know why it's called this, but...
As Pyre's like looking down at himself and like noticing like he's all wet, he starts casting Prestidigitation and just starts like drying himself out.
Alright, here we go. Alright, there we go, perfect.
I had League open. I was so confused.
Also, here's your, not that, I don't want that, I want the pixie. Alright. Oop. Alright, there you go. You get that for like a minute or so. But Pyre, as you're trying to sort of dry yourself off, it's kind of difficult to do considering the fact that you're in the snow, so most of the time, you're able to at least, you know, help yourself from like being buried from it and clean yourself off that way, but it's not as effective right now. Maybe later, though.
Even using Prestidigitation?
Like, it's more so you'll warm yourself up and, you know, fix yourself to be good, but then the snow just comes back down and it's just like, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's basically just like cleaning off anything visible and like mending his clothes as it probably, and he's just doing the same to everyone in the group.
Easy enough. That being said, as this begins to happen, you find yourselves in the likes of almost a destroyed forest and more. Where do you guys go? What do you guys do? And what do you guys say to one another after surviving near death once more in your journey?
Onward good. I'm just kidding. Yeah, honestly, Aria would just make sure everyone's okay. Do like a little quick check. If no one's like injured, she's just gonna keep walking.
About half a second after cleaning, he looks at the rest of the group, goes, "The last time I remember, we were in a cave. Why was there an avalanche?"
A lot of things happened. There's a
Yeah.
portal to hell, and you know,
What?
kind of
what?
corruption got spread.
Mhm.
Hey, Bimmy.
Yep.
You know what you did.
I know I did.
And we're back in action, baby. Make the highest saving throw you've got.
Hey, yo, wait! Before that happens, can I do protection from good and evil?
No.
Fuck.
No.
Man, no.
Well, that was pretty good. That's a natural 19 for a total of 24. That's pretty good if I say so.
Okay, solid.
All right. Karos, do you have the Amnesiac background? Yes or no? No. Okay. So, you do not lose a memory, but you do take a bit of damage. You take half of... Or you take 4 points of astral damage as you watch as your form begins to slowly start being corrupted by the greenish, blue, and purplish nature, similar to like Pyre's form. You see as it nearly begins to take over the likes of your entire hand and arm. But at this moment in time, Karos, you begin to watch as memories begin to flood into you, visions even. You look over and you find the likes of a strange place. Not necessarily like a landscape or anything like that, but a place of buildings and more, but not normal ones at that. Highly advanced sort of technological advancements. You see and find yourself sort of surrounded in this giant sort of area with buildings spanning high above almost even mountains. You look around and you see as multiple dozens and dozens of individuals begin to roam the halls of similar nature to you? But you're not entirely sure. More than that. You watch as the vision begin to fade and you find yourself breathing heavily for a moment as you find yourself surrounded by your allies. That being said, you all witness this as they find themselves corrupted. What do you all say and what do you all do?
Sensei, here's a random question.
Mm-hmm.
If I like am using like prestidigitation,
There you
like mending to heal, like to fix stuff on my party members, do they take any damage from me like making contact with them?
So using prestidigitation or mending to like repair like their
I guess,
clothes
like,
or something?
If I grab someone's hand or like touch their arm, do they take damage from me?
Oh, well, we can always find out.
No, thank you.
Just asking. But
I
I really
mean,
don't want to find out.
That's fair. That is fair. The reason why I just say we gotta find out is because you've never really done it before, so you're kind of really not sure yourself. I'll tell you what though, make a history check, because you have dealt with the corruption far longer than a lot of people, most definitely.
History is what you said?
Yes. 20. So you would know. It's kind of hard to say. More so, you've dealt with the likes of the corruption before, and typically when you've like sort of made or you've seen like your allies make contact with them, specifically Groswarl, they using their claws would try to rip them to shreds. However, they never found themselves corrupted after the fact of touching them. So you maybe think that, hey, maybe you touching them or like vice versa probably wouldn't corrupt them. Maybe.
I hate the fact of how many maybes you used in that sentence.
Yeah.
We live in uncertain times.
I guess that's true.
Again, the only reason I say this is because you barely know what the fuck you are, to be honest.
Yeah, Pyre, after like thinking for a second and hearing this, he goes, that what Karas said, I was like, oh, well, there's a lot to unpack there. Hell, huh? What?
You'll see as Oyama Nartok will speak and just say, it's a lot. There was the fight with, well, the starred ones and all that. Then we dealt with him and his brothers. Now she'll point to the likes of Njord. And then, and you'll see as she just begins to hold her head. Something.
Yeah, she can't really know about his brothers because they.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Fight.
Yeah, never mind. Well, she'll look at him and said, somehow we found him, or whatever, somewhere along the way. And all I know is somewhere along the line when we were fighting all of those individuals, a portal opened up, a rift, a tear, and terrible things occurred afterwards. We lost the likes of Anth. Helvika's nowhere to be found anymore after being taken by the Keeper. And, well, here we are. We went to the mountain to assist in helping find individuals that, well, Graz and everyone was interested in finding. But it seemed to be that you joined in as soon as, well, we arrived ourselves.
Just like about like 2 inches tall, sort of thing. Okay. Like visibly struggling not to panic. He's gonna go. He's gonna occupy his time by like looking at the trees and trying to strip material and just kind of what he used to do. Just kind of goes into autopilot, trying to gain materials and food since it's desolate.
Yeah.
That being said, make some survival checks if you want to scavenge for a bit.
Say less. Okay.
I believe we maxed out our food last time, right, Sensei?
I am not 100% sure. I can check what resources you guys have. You guys can also do that as well. I don't know if it's updated or not, but I will check. Soulbound resources. So, if we look over at our resources for a brief moment. Alright, Rhyme has 12 out of 20 food, 8 out of 20 water, 3 out of 20 medicine, 11 out of 20 mana, 2 out of 20 materials, and 3 out of 20 soul coins. I don't know what resource you guys maxed, if any, at all, because I didn't really get, like, when I asked all the groups or whatever, for Soulbound, like everything from Valley Dreams to Secrets, I got no responses on what whether everybody's resources were correct. But
I had written down when we were at Oya's hut that we went fishing, and so that was how we maxed out our food after we long rested.
I will say, I mean, if everybody's okay with that, that can be just the thing that you guys max out, if everybody's good with that.
Sure.
Yes.
Because it wasn't really decided beforehand, or confirmed 100%, so we'll just go with that for now. Alright, so I will change the thing to maxed out 20 out of 20 food. Alright. That being said, as this is sort of happening between the likes of all of you, you begin to scavenge around for a bit. Probably Arya being the closest one towards it, as you're kind of looking or in between the trees, looking for anything that you can possibly find to, you know, just help out in being able to survive these lands. You stop almost for a brief moment. Not necessarily fearful or anything like that, more so of, wait, what is that? You look over off to the side and you find a humanoid being They seem to be almost scavenging, or not necessarily scavenging, but more so looking over something. Someone? Whatever it could be. They seem to be definitely an interesting individual, to say the least. Narth, if you'd like to introduce yourself and introduce your character as they see, well, this individual off to the side. Hold on, I will remove token vision because now I can do this. Boop. Hold on, give me 1 second. Oh gosh, Foundry, stop it. Foundry, please, please. Foundry. It's literally just scrolling up and down and not letting me check anything. Oh my god. Please stop. Thank god. Okay. There we go. We got there eventually. Alright, boom. Alright, Narth, if you would like to introduce yourself and introduce your character.
Absolutely. Atticus. Yes, he's the moth folk. So he's bundled in furs at the moment, but he has his hair flowing out, a green explosion of hair coming out from behind. And you might be able to peek from behind the rainbow headband tie-dyed around his head. And, you know, if you were to see underneath that, he's got a rainbow band for a belt, right? And his kind of monk's robes below that. And he's got his moth eyes with the compound eyes with all the little dots on them, right? And depending on what angle you look at, it changes color and kind of shifts, right? And so whenever you look at him, it's kind of like, it kind of feels like you're looking into another dimension, man. Blue antennae coming out the side, right? Kind of tingling, you know, like twitching side to side, as it's like you might hear him mumbling, like, "Whoa, this is out of sight," you know.
That being said, to show off their full art, this is what you see, also drawn by Narth themselves.
Really good job, Narth.
No.
That's so freaking good.
Beautiful.
Literally, I looked at him and I was like, why do I feel like this man's on psychedelics?
I am drugs, right?
I am drugs.
What's up,
He's
bro?
not on drugs, he's drugs.
So, Arya, you being the first one to kind of see, because you were off to the side, kind of going or closer to the force immediately, you look over and you see this person sort of kneeling over the likes of a massive sort of body and just investigating. Well, Atticus, actually, what exactly are you doing over this body?
We're running my hands over it, kind of feeling it, right? And being like, what happened here? You're just kind of talking to myself, basically.
That being said, Arya, what do you do or say?
Dude, Arya would run up to this man. He looks cool. Like, you know, she's really friendly, especially in her autumn mode, you know, whatever. So she's like, a Mothman. Oh, a body. Hi, Mothman, how are you? And then, like, she'll just like look at the body and be like, to answer your question, like, I don't know if you'll let me say this, you have to make a check, but it looks like it froze over. Like, you know, like, hypothermia.
So
with a little bit of
Atticus,
frostbite.
you're just checking over this dead body and corpse, and then just randomly, immediately, this just elf woman just rushes over. Ooh, a body. Oh wait, a Mothman. Ooh, and then just inserts themselves right then and there beside you, just out of nowhere.
Atticus has blind sight of 10 feet using his antenna, right? So
Yeah.
Arya might see like his antenna go like, you know, kind of like vibrate, right? Kind of wildly as she's coming up and be like, whoa, my flow's getting all messed up. Oh, what? Hey.
See Macho Man Randy Savage.
Sorry, yeah, wrong accent. All right.
No, I want it. Please, that was fucking
Hey,
great.
sister. Whoa, I didn't see you there. Oh, you ate the fuzz, right?
I ate the what?
The fuzz, you know, big man looking up, trying to get you. No, you seem cool. All right, how'd you seem what I'm seeing? Yeah, it's kind of harsh in my mellow.
And Arya would just kind of like, she's really thrown off. Like she's not like disgusted or like turned off or anything. She's just really confused because she is like, dude, what is he saying to me? Like what I don't like. What did you say? What, ma'am?
Oh, sorry, it looks like I'm blowing your mind there, sister. So So what do I see? What am I seeing at this body? It's just like a random body.
Well, we'll get to that in just a moment. Everybody else, you would see as you guys are scavenging. Let's get over this real quick. But you would definitely overhear the likes of talking and more happening off to the side. Arya's voice and definitely another stranger voice from afar. From your survival checks, first thing that you would see is hold on. I'm looking for something. You would find a couple of tracks in the grounds or prints of the sorts, but it seems to be majority of everybody sort of stepped over them, making it a little bit harder to kind of notice. But from the resource that you guys are able to gain, rolling with your 12, you find about 1 water resource here, a bit of sort of jugs and sort of water skins to be able to hold, but only about 1 water resource. Off to the side, you, Groswall, would be able to find 1 berry, or not 1 berry, but a bit of a couple of leaves that can actually lead to a little bit of medicinal properties and stuff like that for healing, or maybe even poisons if you really want to, as you gain 1 medicine resource. And the likes of, where is it? Roland, Roland already went through you. For Pyre, not able to find much, besides just a little bit, as you more so hear the likes of the speaking and talking, and get a little bit maybe distracted on what's going on over there. Who the heck is this guy? Right, sort of thing. Karas,
I was just told
he
opened a portal to hell.
Yeah, that's also fair. Yeah, probably more so pondering that, actually.
Is there anything that this thing could like rip apart that tent for some whatever cloth or thing that is?
Yeah, if you want to rip it up for a bit of cloth and try to use it in some what do you call it, materials for later, or try to make some more clothing out of it. Yeah, he can try.
Wait, did I get anything with my survival check of 11? I didn't.
Your survival check of 11, not really over in that sort of area. You more so found Atticus. Carlos, with your survival check, you would find, as funny enough, you look over towards Jon Snow, the Winter Wolf, and you look over towards the tracks, and more so, not necessarily finding resources, but these are definitely wolf prints, but obviously not formed by your Winter Wolf over here, or even by Zappy. And you find that there is relatively a lot of them, about 3 or so, and they are definitely bigger in size, kind of similar to, well, your Winter Wolf companion. That being said, that is what you all learn. And now, Atticus, you're trying to investigate. Well, actually, I want to make sure I give everybody a chance. So, go ahead.
What about my survival check?
That's what you find. You find the tracks on the ground, and you're able to put together the pieces. Yeah.
Okay.
That being said, while this is happening, you all do hear the likes of the talking and more. Oyama and Nartok will look over and then helping out everybody as they can. Nord would kind of just be off to himself, kind of looking every now and again. Zappy kind of staying next to Kairos and Aegon, probably over towards Pyre before looking over towards Atticus. What are you, U5 specifically, or 4 specifically doing?
Nothing.
Are you guys just are you just watching Atticus and Arya just talk to Arya just talk to this random Mothman?
That's what Graz is doing. She's just like, okay, wait to see what happens.
All right. That being said, Roland, or hold on. I guess Roland, you're approaching, and Carlos, you're about to say something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna approach the Mothman, and I'm just gonna ask, what the fuck are you?
Yep, there it is.
Dang.
Hey, brother. Way too much Macho Man Randy Savage.
No, it's just turned into Hulk Hogan, dude. I know, right?
Hey, brother.
From a previous life.
I know, right? In a previous life. Let's see. I'm just flowing, living, man. What are you?
I'm an elf.
Oh, nice. Yeah, like you don't have any like torches on, do you? Or anything like that? It's daylight.
No.
So we're not. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, so he would turn towards you and you see his rainbow eyes. You can kind of see your own reflection in them, right? As he kind of like moves his head around a little bit, just kind of like, getting a look at you. I mean, like, well, they call me a Lepidon, I'm a Mothman.
Right.
Anyway, see, I've got this cool project. I could tell you all about it. I'm making a tapestry. I was gonna get some of the threads off this guy here. So, don't mind me. He's gonna turn back and go back and start to like reach down and kind of nibble off some of the threads of the frozen
So
pod.
would I know what a Lapidon is?
Make a nature check for me, Karos. You might have a chance. Being a ranger. 18. Oh boy.
I'm gonna add knowledge from past life. Because, knowledge from past life.
Yeah. So if I got this right, and Narth, you can definitely let me know if I get something wrong here. So, going back to it, Karos, and it was very, very brief of mentioning stories, but being from underground and all that sort of stuff, you would begin to recall very, very faint talkings, very brief conversations of other crazy things coming from the likes of the Underdark, or even just underground in general. From new races sort of emerging from the likes of the Biju, aka Crystal Folk, to even the likes of more Drow and Duergar being emerging into the fray, especially residing in the taiga of all things, to even, well, a very faint inkling of a new race of Lepidon or Mothfolk emerging from below. It's not much that you know about them besides that they're they kind of just pretty much emerged from the underground recently. They're a very, very new race and something that you definitely haven't had experience with besides just stories of like their existence, that they're a thing.
Yeah. Okay. I've never seen one of you. Interesting.
Oh, you've seen one, you've seen them all, man. Kinda. I mean, I think that I'm a unique being, but we're all kind of the same in that we're unique, right? Anyway, this guy's got some good threads. Excuse me. So if I can, I don't know if I would investigate or get materials or just kind of grab some cloth from him. But basically, I just want to take apart some of the clothing so that I can use it for weaving later on.
So get the clothing regardless, but make an investigation check for something else.
Okay.
19.
Nice.
Oh my god,
There we
that
go.
dice is sick.
That is a nice dice.
Oh man. Okay, with a 19, you're able to easily enough get some threads to for this tapestry that you would like to weave. But one thing that's definitely interesting, who's all here? Karas, Arya, and Roland. Oh wait, no, it doesn't matter to you guys. But you'll see as this individual has these sort of strange ice shards sort of sticking out of their person. They seem to be almost like icy daggers sort of are piercing out of them. You also notice as there is multiple sort of bites onto their form and definitely bits of blood splattered on the ground. They were killed very violently from what you can tell. These bites, Karos, that, well, probably not even, well, yeah, Karos, if you would ever give your insight, you could definitely tell that these are wolf bites of the sorts.
No, I'm just gonna say out loud, there's a pack of wolves nearby. Somewhere.
Most not groovy.
Wait, can I do an Arcana check on the ice shard or no? It's not relevant.
Sure thing, make a Arcana check. Hold on. This is a 20. So trying to figure out what exactly these things are. These are these are definitely magical daggers of the swords, but they seem to be in the process of sort of fading away. You look over them as they're kind of just almost dissolving for a brief moment in time. They're going at a very, very slow pace, so you have plenty of time. It's not like, oh, they're gone in like a couple seconds or minutes even. Probably like in an hour or so. But...
Oh.
Oh, good.
I was just gonna say I'd call Pyre over because I know that he has a lot of information that I don't. So
All right.
I'd see what he has to say.
You
So,
probably
yeah, I would
call
just-
him
I would-
once. Oh, sorry.
Huh? Oh, I was gonna say I was just gonna be like, Pyre, can you come over here? Like I just like wave you over.
So when you do, he like is completely unfazed, and all of a sudden like he's startled and turns around, and he just kind of like walks over and yeah. What's up? What's up?
Oh, we
I-
got
I-
more.
And as this happens, you see as a ton more, in fact, you see an actually fucking interesting individual completely shrouded, where their skin is completely turned into this blue and purple and greenish light. A giant big ass winter wolf. A tiny
You can't see the winter wolf. Didn't he say that he has a sight of 10 feet? Because of his
No,
antenna?
he has an additional blind sight of 10 feet.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's just an additional thingy. You'll see a giant winter wolf off to the side, another snow bear like individual, Goliath, and even a sort of, well, actually, yeah, you wouldn't know what they are, but a simple, worse for wear humanoid looking male.
I mean, Atticus would be like looking at everybody, and then like his little antennae are going kind of crazy and being like, "Oh, this is kind of like too much for my little brain." But then he would see Pyre, and Pyre has glowing skin, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and like his antenna kind of like lean towards it. His eyes kind of like, you know how sometimes like in a praying mantis there's like a little black dot that goes like moves around. It was just like whoop, and like go there, and he's just like far out, and he's just locked, staring at Pyre.
Oh
Oh,
my
Pyre, as you're
gosh.
staring at him, just start kind of shifting a little bit, and like
Hands are coming up towards you.
kind of like starts like covering up his skin as much, and he does like, you know, doing the like awkward lean away.
Right. Okay. Let me see. Can I just do I want to do like some kind of saving throw to see if I would be able to snap out of it. What would that
Wisdom
be?
saving throw.
A wisdom saving
Okay,
throw.
no, wait. Actually, I can help you with that. If there's a way, can I help him with that? Like, give him advantage or something?
No, this is all him unless you're trying to do. I mean, you gotta describe what you're trying to do, but
Oh, because what I was gonna do, right, was like I could see that I don't know what's gonna happen, right? I don't know that Pyre, like if he touches us, something's gonna happen. But just seeing that Pyre is getting uncomfortable, I'd like kind of like shift and be like, and kind of go in between them. Like I can't on the screen, but go
Yeah.
between like, oh yeah, hey, I never got your name, Mothman. What is your name? Hey guys, meet my new friend Mothman. Like I would just kind of like slide
Okay.
in there.
yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, you can get advantage on that one then.
Okay. Cool.
That's why it's important to describe like how you do it, because how you do it may determine like you know, whether it's even feasible or not.
Name
Okay.
What you got? Total 13. That is good
Yeah.
enough. At this point,
Yeah.
you sort of snap out of it between the with the likes of Arya just kind of speaking.
Right.
Go ahead,
And so
roll.
I'd probably have like one eye still looking at Pyre and the other one there, and be like, oh, that's so light. Well, oh, sister, thank you for getting me out of that. That was a close one. It's something I'm really dealing with. You know, my the baggage that the man's put on me is really rough.
Jesus.
Yeah, Arya would slowly
Christ.
like take your hands if you let her. Like she'd hold your hand. She's like
Yeah, yeah.
empathetically just like nodding along. Like, oh, that's
He comes in for a hug. He's like, oh, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
I'd give you a hug. Like I'd be like, it's okay. And she'd do like the grandpa like you know like when they could tell that you needed that comfort. Like she'd like you know slightly tap your back and rub your back as we're hugging. You know like she gives one of those
yeah.
good hugs.
Yeah, no, and
Jesus.
Atticus would just hold the hug for like a long time. What might be uncomfortable for
No,
some.
it's okay. No, it's
For sure.
Arya. But like,
That
then
might not
she-
be uncomfortable for her, but
She
you know.
she'd
Like,
keep talking and she'd be like, but your name. What is your name?
oh yeah, I feel like we've met in a past life. It's like this is great. Oh, my name's Atticus, and like you would just have a face full of his green moth hair, right? As you're like hugging him. Right?
Oh my
And
god.
I imagine it would smell a little bit like. What would it smell like?
Please
like
don't
a
say
bit
mold.
musty, kind
Oh,
of
God.
maybe
Can-
skunky.
Can
Yeah.
I suggest it smells like patchouli?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Patchouli though. I love the smell of patchouli. Okay, that's
I
fine
know,
with me. Okay, Aria doesn't
Yeah.
know what the fuck patchouli is, but alright, but she's like, this is an interesting smell. But at the same time this is happening, she'll kind of like navigate like the hug, right, and turn to look at Pyre, and it's like, the ice, the ice shard. Look at it.
Breathe it in, sister.
Yeah. So through her sputtering, like Pyre's like, okay, and he's like seeing that like he was just gonna like touch his skin, he kind of covers up a little bit more, but like in his mind going, I really don't know what to deal with this guy, or this moth person, and so he just turns his attention to the person on the ground. And first he looks at not necessarily the ice shards, but looks at like what type of creature it is. Like, is it part of like Oya's and Aegon's like family that is now slain before us? Like,
just kind of getting a giant or a big old read on all of this sort of thing, like trying to piece anything together.
yeah, like why is this individual looks like he's been murdered? Just
Well,
straight up.
make an investigation check, and I'm gonna give you advantage, Pyre. You'll see why.
Oh,
Let's go.
no.
26. All right, make a
26
history check
above.
on. Make a history check on another roll, with advantage because you succeeded on the first one. 17. Okay. 26, 17. Pyre, you are a very, very smart individual. And as you begin to look over this, and also between the help of Arya in a minute that I'm about to describe, you look over and find the ice shards sort of sticking out of them. They're icy like daggers. You begin to recall this is definitely a type of magic. Not kind of like a little bit of a enchantment magic, but more of a sort of conjured weapon of the sorts. Similar to like oh no, I don't want to say that because that's a little meta or anything like that. But it definitely seems to be that these weapons were conjured and blessed by something divine even. And you look over towards the daggers for a brief moment, and as you begin to recall, you look over and you just can't help but try to remember, you've seen this before. You've seen this before, but where? Where? You try to recall back on all your sort of adventures, everything that's happened in the past, anything that you can to sort of give you a bit of recollection, and then eventually you come towards it with your history check. Right after you guys had gotten shipwrecked and more, and you woke up in the Stormbird's nest, you dropped down and you went amongst an icy sort of path. Or a little, you traversed the ice, but you saw bodies there scattered about. Now, most of them you kind of assumed that it was just, the wreckage or, drowning or anything like that was the thing that killed them. But one body in particular, with a bit of notes, you saw had the same sort of daggers protruding out of their chest. Specifically, the same person who Graz, you were going to eventually lead across the taiga with their little gnomish friend. Now it's all coming together, and you're remembering a little bit of stuff. I don't know if I have their, what do you call it? Their art to maybe help also jog memories, but nah, their art is it's not gonna show up if I understand this right. Yeah, it's not gonna show up, but Leopold was their name, and they were an oculi of the sorts. But Graz, you more so had more interaction with them, but Pyre, you remember sort of investigating their body and finding out what was there in the first place. So, that being said, what do you say and what do you do with all this information?
These like blades sticking out, do they resemble kind of like when Pyre summons the knives that he throws at people, the ones that kind of fracture and shard, or is it kind of different? Or because like ice knife that he throws is it smaller? Is it the same? Is it?
It's not necessarily the spell itself, ice knife. It's more so of just actually icy magical daggers. For example, if we were to take like Karas's swords and then just turn them icy, it would be kind of like that. Kind of like a Frost brand sort of sword in a way.
Speaking out loud, not talking to anyone in particular, he goes, he would actually grab one, assuming they're not dangerous.
Yeah.
He'd grab one and go, well, they're not. He just kind of stutters for a second and goes, conjured weapon looks like just kind of like a blade made of ice. Not anything I've done. And he remembers that this person was on the ship, right?
Not this person, like not this body or anything like that.
Okay.
He wasn't. But the other body that you found, they were. Like from way, way back at the beginning of the campaign.
So, he goes, yeah, it seems like something that we've seen before. We've seen someone slain the same way. And he kind of pulls out his notes and like notes down like these daggers and the correlation between the two bodies. And he's also kind of like also checking what this person has on him, like any sort of information why they're in the middle of the taiga, like any sort of correspondence or letters or piece of paper.
That being said, looking towards them, seeing what they have on their purse, it's not really much. It seems to be that they have a satchel, they have things to actually keep stuff in, but they were completely looted of the sorts. Unlucky, but you do not find any journal or any notes or anything like that, like you did on the previous person. Everything that they had on this person was pretty much taken. Anything that was useful, at least.
Gotcha. So there's no, like, reason for travel or anything like that?
Nope. If it was, then it probably would have been taken.
Okay.
But you're not entirely sure why, though.
Yeah, he kind of stands up, goes, well, there's nothing we can do for him now. And he just kind of just starts, he's basically going to check the camp for any sort of like, hey, you know, is there any kind of like next of kin sort of that we need to notify, like, hey, unfortunately this person died.
Wait, explain that again? I'm confused by that.
So he basically, for him, he wants to make sure that the people that know, like, hey, you know, they're not searching for him and putting themselves in danger, sort of.
Gotcha.
So he would make it kind of a personal mission to, like, if he knows this person is XYZ in the taiga, he wants to make sure that they're notified, like, hey, we found them. You know?
Yeah, I gotcha. All right. That being said, while that is sort of happening off to the side, Roland, I think you were trying to do something earlier. Am I incorrect in that department or no?
He would have been trying to listen to all that, kind of like trying to get a sense if there's something lurking nearby. But he kind of, I suppose he would have gotten very distracted by all the shenanigans happening with Atticus right there, and just not really. But I suppose I would just be like on the lookout for anything in the forest and all that.
That's
nothing
it?
like too active.
Yeah. You can just make a perception check just in case.
Right.
All right. While that's happening, Graz, what are you doing? If you're speaking, you're muted. Yep, you're muted.
Yeah, you're muted, Sammy.
Thank you. I think because when Pyre was saying all those things out loud about, like, you know, this is magic, this is blah, 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 whatever, we've seen it before, and she sees that he is, like, trying to identify stuff on his body, she would probably be looking around the area trying to see, like, is there any other, like, did something fall out of his pocket? Is there any clue in, like, the immediate area as to who this guy is?
That being said, make I'll probably say survival or investigation check. Your choice. Actually, there's more investigation. Yeah. Go ahead, Arya. What's up?
At the same time, because I'm thinking about what Kara said, right? I'd like again maneuver because I'm guessing. Are we still in a hug, buddy? I just want to know. Are we still hugging? Like, is he good now?
Yeah, no, yeah, like depends. Yeah, you can lead that.
No, I mean like if he needs it, I'm gonna keep hugging him. Like I
don't need it. I'm just chilling.
All right, then I guess me and him, like me and Atticus are just like kind of chilling, like in the same hug, and I've just been like kind of moving his hair around, so it's like I got myself. Yeah, I made like a little breathing thing, so it's like either like you can picture it like literally like how Groz did it, right? I just like kind of made a curtain there, and I was like, hey, Jon Snow, do you know of any wolf packs around? Like, do you know what's going on? Like, essentially, that's what Arya would ask. Is like, is he aware of any wolves nearby?
Here he will look into the fray. He's gonna make a history check with Jon Snow the Winter Wolf with his 7 intelligence. 13. That's pretty good actually, all things considered. He will look over and then just get general idea of what's going on, what you guys are looking at. But eventually, Jon Snow the Winter Wolf will say, no, not that I really know of. Typically, packs stick to themselves, and upon dealing with other packs, well, at least the way the world's been, typically violence would ensue afterwards. Judging by the bites, someone of my nature, or a similar size and stature did this. And he's referring to the bite mark, or the wolf bite marks on him.
At that point, Arya would just, sorry, my fan, Arya would let you go. She loves Jon Snow. And so she would, like, give Jon Snow, so, like, she'd walk up and say, thanks, buddy. And then, like, give him some pets. He's got to get used to it at some point. I've been doing this for how long?
Stop. Make an animal handling check.
Oh, no, I'm scared.
Wait, is Jon Snow in wolf, giant, like big wolf form, or is he like?
He's literally a big wolf. Like he is a winter wolf right here.
He's a wolf. He's a winter wolf. Yeah.
Gotcha.
He is not Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. I promise you.
we just named him that. I got an 18.
I'm more so explaining this to chat. All right, 18.
From Game of Thrones.
With that 18, that's actually really good. He's so basically what ends up he's saying, stop petting me, stop petting me, stop petting me, and he starts leaning into it, and but he's still gonna keep saying stop petting me, but he knows like you get a sense that he's actually enjoying this more so than he probably
behind his ears and everything. Like,
no,
you know.
No. He starts doing like the foot thing, like the bat thing.
Yeah, he's like stop, but he
like Pyre's behind him, and his tail's wagging, and Pyre's like, "Hey guys, like getting hit by the tail." Like,
I said enough, and he's gonna just back up.
Druid craft out some like sage for some sage smoke to smudge everybody, and just kind of go around. Be like, hey, it's good to meet you, smudge. Good to meet you, smudge. Go around to everybody.
No, you gotta go to each and every person. You gotta see the different reactions for this shit.
I know, right? Okay, so first to Karas. Hey, it's good to meet you, brother. Hug.
Take a step back.
Karas, he tries to grapple you. Do you allow it?
No.
Make an acrobatic check to resist, man. Atticus, make an athletic check to try to hug him.
Oh, no, acrobatic. Whoops.
Yeah, it's gotta be athletics.
Oh,
I was hoping. No!
There you go.
I did the other way around.
You do have inspiration, man. You gotta embrace the love. No, I'm kidding. You can do it if you want.
No, absolutely not. No, I would just be like, gentle, and then just like, I'm like, okay, yeah, I respect your need for space. All right. Smudge. Turn to Groswarl. Smudge. Good to meet you, sibling.
First, let me know if I have to roll for this. She would like to know if there's just sage in there, or if there's any sort of other medicinal herbs possibly in that smudge bundle.
Medicine check for that one. Atticus, if she rolls high enough, you can tell her if there is anything. Oh man.
Could she not tell by her scent alone?
Oh wait, yeah, you would actually have advantage on this if it makes a difference.
Oh,
I mean,
never mind. 18.
but I mean, it's a 20, so I mean, if there's anything you'd like to share, Atticus. And you don't have to have all this information at the right now.
No,
like,
no,
this
no.
is, yeah, you know.
So it is primarily just sage. However, it is flavored with a little bit of that scent of moongrass, right? So it's just got like the essential oils in there, you know, to give it that extra little, you know, just to remind you of a good time.
Cross, make a history check. With advantage because you succeeded your medicine check.
I'm deceased.
Have you met any water people? No. 13. Okay. You smell... It smells a little loud in here, to say the least. But, you smell the likes of moongrass. Now, to give a brief explanation of what it kinda is, with your 13, it's definitely a drug. It is a very, very popular one at that. I won't tell you too much about it, but typically it's used by, well, not used, but it's typically made by the likes of watery individuals, aka water genasi or tritons, even axolotls at some point. You know, those type of individuals. Not necessarily everyone uses it, it's just more so it came from the likes of, well, them making it in the first place. Not much more than that I can really give you with a 13 though. But out of game, it's the equivalent of weed in Project Aurora. And it was made by a player known as Piximus Valgorion. He was one of the first characters in Project Aurora. And he has led his creation to everywhere, even Voden.
So I would be saying to Graz, my name is Atticus, and my soul is so happy to meet yours. Is it okay if I feel your fur?
So when Graz was like trying to see if there was a smell, obviously she took a really big huff of it, and so she's like feeling a little mellow, and she doesn't really know what to do, but she saw him going around everybody and hugging them, so she just kind of like puts her arms out, kind of looks at Arya and is like, oh, he's cool, and just holds out her arms to bring it in.
Arya would interject, bro. Arya would walk. I'm sorry, Atticus, but Arya loves Graz. Arya would be like, ah! and then she pull you into.
Both come in for
us. She's big enough. You can both hug her at the same time.
Yeah, we're both hugging her.
Group hugs.
It's a group hug, man.
Yeah.
You see it?
My antenna would be going all over everybody, you know, and kind of like, you know, I'd be like, oh, I love these textures. It's really, this is groovy.
You'll see as immediately a sort of bark, and then you'll see sort of just probably teleporting on the likes of Groswell's shoulders, kind of trying to just sort of join in and just start licking each and every single one of you guys. Probably licking your antennas, if anything, Atticus, however that is. But you just see as this blink dog is just sort of barking, just joining in on this.
Atticus, I have a question.
Fuzzball either.
Wait, I have a question for Atticus. Do you have the equivalent of like moongrass oil in your hair?
Saw Finn's comment about that, and no, I mean it's just the scent, just the lingering.
No,
scent.
that'd be so cool if you did. Cause imagine Zappy just getting like really mellow, and he's like, yeah.
Zap, man.
I'm Zap. Exactly. We have the same. I love you so much. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
All right.
Yeah.
Eventually. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Did you say your names?
No. Maybe Arya. I think Arya did, but I don't think anybody else did.
I don't think I actually asked his name, but I didn't say my name. At that point, Arya would, not get away. She like, you know how like when you're leaning back, I'm still holding Graz and you, but I'm leaning back. I'm like, yeah, so my name's Arya. Hi, and then, there you go.
This soul's Atticus. Well, I mean, names are kind of just a construct anyway, so I'm just happy to be here with you right now in this moment.
Me too, buddy.
It's kind of a weird moment, though. Things have been kind of far out lately. Well, let's. Oh, and I break away from the hug and turn over to Roland. I mean, like, so I would sense, somebody over there, and then kind of turn, and my eyes would kind of lock over there. And so, how big is Roland? Roland's big, right?
I think like somewhere around like 6'5", 7 feet.
Okay. Yeah, Mothman's here is only like he's like probably like 5'5" or something like that.
Yeah.
We'd look over at Roland, and you're all like dressed in furs and whatnot, right?
All right.
Wait, what?
I was just wondering what you're dressed like, what you look like.
He doesn't really have too much on. Like he's a dragonborn built to withstand a little bit of cold.
Okay,
It
cool,
doesn't
perfect.
bother him that much, but
Hey, we turn and have his little smudge out, right, and be like, start walking towards you slowly, and kind of ambling forward, and be like, another friend of the elements, right on, and start smudging, right. Atticus.
I'm Roland. Nice to meet you. I guess.
Oh, sounds like you're a little harsh in your chords there. This should help mellow you out.
Oh man! And as he begins to hand something out, one thing, Karas, that you begin to notice, you swear you saw it for a brief moment in time, but you weren't entirely sure until he held his hands out once more. You look over towards the palm of Atticus's hand, and you see as there is a blue marking upon it, or a bluish sort of swirl sort of symbol that seems to be placed in kind of on his hand, similar to all of you.
Does it glow?
What?
Well, as in the marks on your hands.
Yeah. Does it glow? Like, is it like a astral light coming out there? I don't remember.
Nope, just blue.
Okay.
I'll show you the symbol in just a moment so you can get caught up to speed on what it looks like.
Awesome.
Alright, in the game content chat. But, oh wait, I gotta, I'm gonna do this.
So I might be doing something like this. I've got my smudge in one hand,
hold on, chat.
and then the hand with the mark out, and be like, Krufix blessings.
All right.
He has the mark.
Hey, wait, Sensei, we can see your Discord scrolling.
I told chat to hold on. I'm looking for something. And I'm looking at just in-game content chat. Fuck, I can't find it. Okay, well here, we'll do it this way.
That she knows of.
I'm not really the religious type if you're looking for people to your beliefs.
Well, I mean, you gotta believe in the truth of reality, right?
Oh my god.
If you might not believe in him, but he believes in you.
What is going on right now?
Wait, you said it Krufix?
You did in fact say
Yeah.
Krufix.
You did say Krufix.
Do we have? What does he have? Does he have blue what?
He has a blue blue marking upon his hand. I'm trying to find the image of it. But Pyre, you all have seen this image before. In fact, the last person who had it, a part of your troop, was Bjorn. You also saw the likes of Zephyr also wield that mark when you met him in the Arena of the Gods. Where is this? Here we go. I am about to snipping tool this so you guys can see it. I mean, again, you've all seen this before, but here you go. Just for the sake of it, it's an in-game content chat, and then for the rest of chat, I will show you guys what this looks like. Hold up.
Sensei.
Mm-hmm.
Can you remind me which one Pyre has?
You have the white circle with a smaller circle inside.
Okay, so not this one.
No. God damn it. I'm trying to just fucking show the image, Jesus. Alright,
I don't like you.
there you go. Alright, yeah, that's basically what it is. It's very, very simple, simplistic. It's just literally two swirls, sort of inside one another. And that's pretty much it. And that is basically roughly, very, very roughly, the symbol upon the palm of your hand, Atticus. That being said, Karos, with your 18 on your perception check, though, I will DM you this. I'm not going to drag you into the room. But that said, what are the rest of you guys doing in this moment in time while I'm doing that?
Is there a way out?
Yeah, you could just walk out of the forest if you want.
Yeah.
You just start walking in just a random direction, no idea where to go.
Well, no, I'm gonna walk like literally as close to the freaking walls I can get, cause you know I can't. And I'm gonna just look at Graz and say, I think we should keep moving. Do you want to lead the way?
I mean, where are we all truly going? You know?
Oh no!
Does any of the substances that Atticus have, do they trigger Roland's danger sense?
Oh my god. Sadly not, but I'll let you know if it really gets volatile.
So, we originally were gonna head up the mountain, right? And then we had to run away from the mountain because it was coming down at us.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Alright, there you go. I sent that to you, Bim. So, Oyam and Nartok will begin to mention and say, You'll see as she says, well, it seems to be that path is probably too dangerous with the likes of, well, you know, the forces sort of surrounding in that path. I know another one, but I fear that we talked about this before. Before we even ran to the likes of the sort of mountain. I can show you to the likes of, well, another portion of the base of it for you to make your trek upwards, but afterwards, me and Aegon, we need to go find the likes of our tribe. We can't put it off for too long. You are after the likes of those other individuals upon the mountain. Am I correct or no?
What exactly is she asking?
Are you're after the individuals that we saw upwards towards the mountain when we first arrived, when you saw the bird? It was a bear, I think, or a bearkin. There's another bigger sort of woman, in a Wendigo of the sorts.
You know how to get back there.
I know another path to get there that's more safe rather than going the way we came.
Ari would look at everyone else and then, like, ask, like, is that what we're gonna do?
Quick question. Would I know how I got here?
So, at most, what you would know is you woken out of a sort of crystal-like prison. That was actually, funny enough, made out of the same astral light, as Pyre, like the exact same colors and more. You awoken out of it, and the only reason you even realized that you did was because it sort of or the crystal shards began to shatter amongst you, and they were sort of, dissipating into actual starlight flowing with the wind. Eventually, you woke up with pretty much the clothes on your back and more. Anything that was on your person, the strange marking upon your hand, before you just set out to figure out what the heck was going on.
It was nearby here, right?
Nearby here, yes.
Okay, yeah. I was just wondering if I could point anybody in the right direction. Well, if I could join your crew, that would be super groovy.
Oh, I thought someone else would say something. Yeah, I think Arya would just like walk over to you and say, Man, the minute I saw you, you already were. You're all good, brother.
Right back at you, sister.
Karas will come over to Arya and ask her to show him her hands.
Arya will look at him like, why?
Just noticed something. Show me your hands.
Okay, and Arya will place both hands out, like palms up.
You see as there is a small sort of almost circular sort of thing being almost branded into your hand at the moment. You look over towards the other one and another similar circle is being branded into your hand. One is one is kind of like a darker portion of your skin at the moment. Another one is almost like a lighter sort of portion of your skin. And they seem to just be forming slowly but surely onto you.
Arya's just gonna like stare her hands like, what the fuck? like, does it hurt?
No, it doesn't hurt.
So
Is it,
wait,
is it the same mark as Lika had? It is, isn't it?
It is.
Yep.
Oh, what does that mean? See, look, this makes you nervous because like I got Graz and Karos like over here nodding like, oh, okay, and I'm like, what the fuck? What is this?
Don't worry. I think Karas will show his palm as well and just say, Lika had the ones that were pretty much the same as what's happening to you now. You should be fine as long as we don't touch them.
And as soon as you say you should be fine, Arya, you begin to hear a voice in your head, and it says this. As you look towards the likes of Karas's mark, you hear... One second. Save! Protect! From the... And immediately, the voice is cut off.
What? Okay, like, is there literally like, is there nothing I can do to get more information? Like some sort of check, some sort of, I don't know. Because at this point, Arya's not even saying anything. You just see her staring at Kairos, like not like you don't know. Like her eyes are empty, like not in a bad way. It's just like you generally cannot tell what she's thinking because she's just staring, and she has her hands out, looking like she's begging him for something. Like literally has her hands out like you know how sometimes when people are like worshiping or praying, right? Like they're on their knees, their hands out, like extended, kind of. That's how her hands are right now. She's just like looking at him and then looking at her hands, just wondering what the fuck is going on.
Is there something wrong? You'll see as Aegon will look over towards you.
She's getting She's getting her marks, I guess.
Arya did not hear him. She's genuinely like that, like absent-minded right now, if you'll put it that way.
Reaching into a bag, Atticus would pull out a tiny little bell and say, "Oh, he looks like you're seeing some spirits there, sister. Hold on."
Oh my god, he actually...
Narth, I love you. Oh my god.
Alright. Like Matt said, you win D&D. Like, you did it.
You win.
You win. Alright, here, fuck it. Take a DM's inspiration now.
Yes! You deserve that. Oh my god.
Alright, here, just take it. Just take it and get the fuck out of here. Alright, a DM's inspiration basically means...
Hi, everybody. See?
A DM's inspiration means you can cause any dice to reroll no matter what. It can be my dice, it can be your dice, an ally's dice, it can be a D100, D20, a D4, it doesn't matter. You get a free reroll, and you can choose, when you ever use it, you can choose whichever one you want to use.
You got it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, that right there just cracked me up. You know what? I'm gonna, just for the sake of, I can't. I'm just gonna say that bell literally brought Arya's attention back, and she just kind of like blinks and is like, oh, I heard a voice. Like she's just gonna be like open about it. Like it said,
What did it
What was
say?
the first? What was the first word you said, Sensei? It was something protect.
I said save.
Okay, it was like it told me to. Like when I looked at you, it told me to save and protect from something, but before it could tell me what, it's gone.
Seems like your energy is really vibing with the universe. You just gotta listen.
I'm listening and nothing happened.
Rings the bell again.
Yeah, that totally caused me to have an avatar moment where I'm connected with. Like,
Everybody check your DMs. If everybody, all players, check your DMs. If you didn't get anything, then keep going about your business. If you did get something, then obviously, you know, that's it.
My goodness.
And then, wait, Sensei, how long have I been awake for again?
It's not long. Like, it's literally been like hours, if at most, you know? It's not been long at all.
I'm gonna say at this point, this is when I finally noticed the mark on my hand. And then I would kind of look at him and be like, whoa, you know, and then like, you ever just look at your hand and see something you never saw before?
Yes.
Arya would just look down and go like, yes.
Gross also looks at her hand and is like, whoa. I've seen it before, but I feel like now I'm seeing it.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I kind of mean to interrupt. You'll see as Oyama Nartuk speaks. This is all fun, but also, if you said, I'm assuming that you actually wanted to go rescue those individuals.
Yes.
It didn't really look like they were, you know, living really good. I don't know how to really put it, but they didn't look like they were the best right now, health-wise. I can lead you to another portion of the mountain, but like I said before, me and Aegon, we must depart afterwards. We need to find the rest of our tribe.
Understandable.
The fact that we can still remember them. Oh, go ahead, Pyre.
He goes, he was like writing in his book and playing with magic next door. Like some new shit that he found. He looks and goes, weren't we going to assist with that?
You can, but I believe that with things the way they are, with time being of the essence, I doubt completely that they or my tribe would ever go up the mountains towards the frost giants, or even closer towards, well, that one, or the Stormbird. I know where at least they were headed towards, well, your cave, and it'll point towards Njord and all that stuff. But we're going to need you as well, since you at least know the most information about it. That being said, as she's looking towards Njord, you'll see as he begins to kind of sink into himself. But, Pyre, you raised your hand first. What's up?
I was just making sure. I thought we agreed to go help Oya and Aegon to get their family back out of the cave.
You are correct, but the only thing is, you guys basically accepted too many quests that feasibly can't be realistically done. In the sense of, you want to help out the Ascent and help them out deal with the Stormbird, but you also want to help Aegon and them find their tribe, and you can't really be in two places at once. Right.
So we prioritized the Stormbird.
Yeah.
Because foreign.
Yeah. And yeah, if that's all good. Arya, I believe you raised your hand. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, let me put it down. Okay, and at this point, Arya would walk up, and, like, this is where, like, her time as, like, a far traveler and shit like that comes into play. And she, like, it's kind of like those weird, like, out of a movie type of thing where she's just like, if you ever need help, I will come find you. Like, that type of thing. Because she does do this often. Like, she'll, like, travel and help people on her way, And like if she ends up back where she's at, coolio. But usually she goes to different places. But sometimes she does meet and like reconvene with people that she used to help or like had helped in the past. So she like looks, she grabs Oya's like paw, like in her like 2 little small hands compared to Oya's big ass hand or big ass paw. She'll just like, you know, gently clasp it and say, I will always help when I can. And I'm sorry that we can't help right now. Best of luck to you and Aegon. Genuinely. I really hope you find your people. And then like, you know, gives her a hug.
She'll accept the hug, embrace it as you get a big old bear hug. But
Yes!
as this begins to happen, you'll see, as she will say, oh, to pretty much all of you, thank you. All of your help. All of it. It's much appreciated. Though, this has had a change in sort of makeup, and differing individuals wandering in and about. If it weren't for all of you, then I wouldn't at least have found Aegon. Aegon will just say, I couldn't have said it better than myself. But we have people that need us, and you have people that need you. And this is not a permanent farewell. After you, well, kick that bird's ass, then you can always stop by on your travels. I don't think that we plan on moving anywhere. Is that right, Oyama Nartok? I don't think so. I kinda like the seclusion. Oh, there you go. Door's always open.
I'll look it across to Aegon and like, as this is a funny language to use, but she's tackling him in a hug, but not actually tackling him because he's too big. So she just kind of gets like you hear like a big ugh from Arya like when she runs into him, but she still gets a hug.
Oh, okay, we're hugging. And he'll just accept the hug. It's definitely an awkward thing. It's just like you hug him and he's just like, what do I do? And he looks to Oyama Nartok, she just shrugs. I think you sort of rap. Oh, yeah, it is just, it's terrible.
Just like that, bring it in.
Oh, man. He just tries to mimic Atticus as much as he can, and that's it.
I love it. All right, let's get moving, guys. Arya
Here,
like does that.
oh, last thing I will say. Jon Snow will speak up and just say, oh, if you... oh, wait, hold on. If you need, tracking, if you have anything of their scent, or something remotely close to it, I can at least point you in the direction, maybe, or help you find their way to them. But the choice is yours. You'll see as Niord will basically begin to say, well, I'd mentioned that we could just go back to sort of our home and establishment, but you know, kind of gotten destroyed. Fucking lease. I can at least show you where we typically go to stake out things. At the most, but maybe you can get us in that way. And maybe I can do some good. Fine, looks like I have to go with you.
Wait, did we ask him everything that we could about what he knew already, or no?
Be more specific on what you're trying to ask him, and then I'll let you know if you know it already.
About the Frost Maiden.
He was very vague with it. You didn't really like talk to him too much about it. He did mention that she was the god of winter, or goddess of winter, and that he wasn't sure why that the Azure Taiga has been in a permanent winter or anything like that. But he knows it's definitely strange and weird for sure. Something's up. But I think that was pretty much all that he told you about her, or anything that you kind of asked about her.
Okay, well, it's not relevant right now anyway. I was just curious. Resources. That's it.
And that being said, what do you, or is there anything else you say or do before Oyama Nartok leads the charge?
If it's possible to look for any materials, medicine, or water, I would like to.
Pretty much everybody scavenged. This entire, like, area, they pretty much scavenged it all.
Perfect.
That's how I found you, buddy.
Alright, well, that being said, let's get our final trek together. Done. This way. Alright. You'll see as Oyama Nartok begins to start leading the charge, and as they do, you'll see as they eventually, I'm not going to change the token for it, but they'll begin to get onto all fours and slowly shift to the likes of a full-on polar bear. You'll watch as... say it again?
Are you rider?
You can certainly ask.
Yo, she'll look at Oya and be like, hey, do you need an archer? Do you need an archer? You know, is it cool if I, you know... okay, she look like she's always gonna look. Okay, look, I can't understand you, right? Or actually, Gross. Hey, old Gross. Hey, buddy, do you understand what she's saying? That's the. I know that I was trying to say Gross Warl. I knew that I was trying to say. But Gross, is she saying yes?
Do I understand what she's saying, Sensei?
Make a, I don't know, his intelligence check with advantage. Yeah, you speak bear, so make an intelligence check with advantage.
I think I got some Scooby Bear snacks in here somewhere.
Oh my god.
Oh my
god. An insult. Oh my god.
Speak bear. 4, one more because you got advantage. 20. Oh yeah, you can kind of, for the most part, understand the gist of what she's saying. It's strange because it's broken bear common or bearkin. Because as you know, Oyama Nartok's not an actual bear. She's a werebear, big difference. So she kind of just picks up stuff that, you know, kind of, you know, picked up or whatever, right? But she basically is saying, sure, but hold on, because I'm not stopping for anything.
Say less. I'm always ready. All right.
Alright. Just hit on top of their back, and you see as she just begins to continue moving forward, Aegon begins to join her in his polar bear form, and the party heads off. Alright. So, and I'm making sure everybody got the chance to do whatever they wanted. You guys didn't want to do anything else, right? Back over here, or you guys are good to go?
You're good to go.
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, Pyre this whole time is like summoning like an ethereal hand and just doing all this stuff, like reading in the book and just like doing hardcore notes right now.
Alright. That being said, eventually you all begin to arrive towards this area. Let me get this map set up. Yeah, you guys are with them. Okay, you are here, you're roughly here, you're roughly here. Your name is Noor, not interpret. Charlatan Berserker. Boom, and I think that's everything. Okay, you guys appear in this area. As a bit of time passes, but eventually you find yourself come across this sort of mountainous area leading up to another base of the mountain. It's for the most part completely frozen over, but you do find as there actually is a river of the source that's completely sort of frozen over by now. Well, actually, always it's kind of frozen over, as you guys know, in the Azure Taiga. But as this is sort of happening, you would definitely notice one thing for sure. There actually is, for actually like a bit of a surprise, there actually is a couple of eagles, actual animals that aren't necessarily robotic or anything of the sorts, around and kind of apparent. You see an eagle or two every now and again, and it actually like it kind of makes you happy that, hey, maybe there isn't animals that are just robotic and want to kill you around every single corner, as this is an actual bit of life. besides, you know, the corruption. But regardless, you appear here. At this point in time, Oyama and Artok will eventually kind of go on their hind legs and begin to drop off Arya before saying, well, this is your stop. That being said, it's been a pleasure, sort of getting to know all of you. That being said, but don't be sad. Again, like I said, or Aegon said, doors always open. But we have to get going and get started with our own quest. So, that being said, you'll see as she will shake the hands of each and every single one of you, Aegon doing pretty much the same, and more.
My soul looks forward to meeting yours in the after.
Wait, we're not going to die.
Oh, well, I mean, one person's death is another person's transcendence, right?
I swear.
Where does he come up with this shit?
I don't know, man, but it's legendary. I love it. Okay, I was trying to draw this, Sensei, right? But I couldn't, because I didn't do it well enough. But this entire time, Arya, like, she has like tinker's tools because she does shit, like, and can do basic shit because elf life. But anyway, so Arya, does her little rounds of hugs to Aegon and Oya, and then she'll go to Jon Snow, and she actually made Jon Snow a wolf necklace to remember his brothers by or whatever. And she was working on this for a while. The main reason being because and also, if you wanted to go against resources, I did that myself, okay? Like, early on, I've been, like, collecting little bits of twine here and there, right? Whenever we were getting our shit. And so I made him, like, a wooden werewolf, and I carved, like, little metal pieces into it. Like, not actual metal pieces, but, like, carved the shape of the metal, what they look like. Yeah. And then I look at Jon Snow, and I just kind of show my hands, and I'm like, I made you a gift. Is it okay if I put it on you?
1 second. Yeah, I figured as much. You'll see as he looks over towards it and begins to examine it. And he doesn't really say much. In fact, he sort of stays solemn and quiet for a moment. And then he nods, and you being the closest one towards him, I'll be real with you guys, this man cares about his pack. You will actually see a little bit of a frozen tear forming up.
Cry. Yeah, I just remember that night I gave him the little wolf to help him sleep. So anyway, like, Arya will ask him, like, can you bend your head down? I'm not tall enough to,
Yeah, and you're able to put the thing on his head.
Okay, so yeah, I put it on him, and then, like, right before I finish, I give him a small kiss on the forehead, and, like, rub his head, and I say,
No head pats.
It was fun, Jon Snow, it was fun. I hope you find more a place to belong. I hope you find a home. And that's what I'd say. And leave it.
And says he nod and thanks you, and then says, well, yeah, I guess he would say this. He would say this out loud and kind of more so towards Karas, but pretty much to generally everyone, and say, oh, and one other thing before we go. See if you can eventually at one point. We've seen it before where I'm able to conjure the cold of, I guess, the Frost Maiden's blessing is what we're calling it. But I'm able to unleash it in a cold blast. I've seen Zappy over there attempt to do similar time after time, but I think he needs a bit of assistance. He mentioned it to me the other day, but I think it'd mean a little bit to him if you could help him with that.
He will be helped, alright?
Thank you. That being said, you'll see as Jon Snow will begin to ready himself to leave. You'll see as Njord will he'll look towards you all and it'll begin to sort of thank and say, I'm not really good at this, but thank you for helping me. And that's basically it. That's all you're gonna get from him, I'll be real with you. That being said, unless there's anything else anybody wants to say to them and goodbye, they will get ready to start heading back with Jon Snow and Oyama Nartok getting ready to leave.
I'll just say thank you for your help again.
We'll see as they'll all nod. I said, one by one, you'll see as they begin to head forth into the likes of the blizzard and the snowstorm. But as they fade, they'll never to be seen again until the next time that you meet them.
I'm about to say I'll fight you with those words.
They die.
Hey!
They walked into the
You just want Arya to have a villain arc, man. I swear. You just want her to like not really. She won't actually have a villain arc, but she'll be like one of those like vengeance will be mine. She'll turn into like some.
She got to change into the season of Hellfire.
Right? Atticus will join Arya. You have to join the
I'm
universe.
so sad, Atticus. No, it's gonna be Arya's like, shut up! Like no words, all fighting, and then Atticus is no. She wouldn't say shut up to you. She would not say shut up to Atticus. She'd say shut up to the people that killed them, and then Atticus would be like, sister's really angry right now. Look at what y'all have done. The universe is begging for your lives to be taken.
Oh my god.
Looks like I have to rebalance some things.
I love this.
Oh my god.
Oh, whoop. Okay, I'm sorry. I did not mean to. I promise.
Yeah,
I
you
did not.
just
Like,
drag your token over there. Well,
no. I was trying to drag the screen,
Yeah.
but I forgot I can't left click.
you're good, you're good. That being said, where do you guys do, or where do you guys go, what do you guys do, and what do you guys say to each other? The map is yours. Say it again.
What time of day is it?
No one knows. No one
Oh yeah,
knows.
that's right. Voting.
It's high noon, apparently. It's always high noon in Voden.
Oh shit! I'm.
It's
scared.
either always high noon or midnight.
Oh my gosh, I can only hear the Overwatch Ultimate right from.
Me too,
in my head.
McCree.
It's high noon.
Ah, no.
Exactly. On Voden.
Oh yeah, I assume that Gross and Pyre probably have shared their stories of how they saved Aegon and all that because they are the only ones left who have actually been in those
Oh yeah.
missions.
Oh shit!
Oh man, yeah, pretty much.
I mean, Pyre's probably just like grazes over it. He tries not to draw attention to himself when
Yeah.
so he it might be more Graz of like maybe battle stories, but Pyre's just quiet.
Yeah.
He doesn't say much.
Yeah. Nerola is just confused with all the thank you for saving me. What?
Oh man. That being said, you look about and you definitely see the likes of a sort of icy bridge. Or actually, hold on, let me make sure I got this right. Hold on one second. Let me make sure. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, okay. So what you do see ahead is just for the most part an icy sort of bridge. It's not completely frozen over, but it definitely is made out of like for the most part just not crystals, but yeah, again just ice. There's bits of snow sort of saying that there is definitely ground here, but it leads over the likes of this chasm further down that drops down into the likes of the frozen water and more. To your left and to your right, you see like several pathways, but not really leading to anywhere besides behind back to where you came from. But you do notice as over here, there seems to be the likes of a corpse off to the side. They seem to have something amongst their person, a couple things even, but they're kind of on this secluded sort of island mass over there.
far
But
is
Sensei.
yes, Pyre. I'm about to tell you, Arya.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good.
When I was transformed, did I lose the ability to do like the rocket jump?
As a Genasi, no, you did not.
Okay.
Oh, Arya, did you just start running over there and just cross it? Wait, what are you doing?
Oh no! It won't let me measure. It won't let me measure. So I had to make my character go over there.
Arya just
measure.
parkours.
You know, I'm built different.
But go ahead, Pyre, if you were trying to do something.
So you say there's something on this this individual?
Yeah, there's at least a water skin and maybe some other stuff, but you got to get closer to see it.
So Pyre would move, just kind of start walking over like here. How difficult would it be to climb down to like the next these things? Is it like slip and fall into the river, or is it just kind of like
You can probably climb onto them if you're careful enough. Assuming like you're not just sprinting down or anything like that, you could just jump down. Or whatever.
So we all see it though, right? In Pyre, we would all see it, correct?
Yeah.
Pyre goes, wait, I got something. And so he would carefully climb down here to make sure he doesn't slip and fall. And then he is gonna cast Mage Hand and pick up whatever is there and just bring it back to him.
All right. Make a perception check on top of that.
Perception.
Ooh, 5. So it's a little difficult to see through the snow, but you're able to at least get the sort of water skin and a little bit of something else. You pick up the water skin and you actually gain the likes of 1 water resource. But you feel as if you missed out on a little bit of stuff, but that's about as much as you're able to get with that. You also see as you begin to pick up something, you nearly pick up the likes of a sort of strange ice shard as well, sort of exiting out of the corpse of the individual.
He just looks back. Best I've got.
That being said, oh boy, here we go. Hey, Roland and Arya, stop right there. As soon as you two begin to walk on the bridge, you begin to see as cracks begin to form beneath your feet. And you look at one another almost simultaneously, and yeah. You try to not necessarily test anything or whatever, but you just see if like leaning a little bit back and forth to see like if this is something you caused or something else. And you definitely see with even the slightest shift of movement right now leads to the cracking of this sort of bridge. What are you guys doing? Or what is everybody doing?
Roland's frozen in fear.
Okay, wait. Would you say that like if I were to ping, right, would this point be English? Would these points be the strongholds of the bridge, right? Like these 2 areas?
Yeah, probably the strongest points. There's nothing below where you guys are standing, but you also look over and you see a Zappy getting ready to head over towards you.
Okay, hold on. Wait, Roland. And so if Roland moves, will it crack, right? Can I make a...
Possibly, yes. It's very, very possible of a thing.
Alright, so...
But you also see Zappy getting ready to head directly over towards you to see what's going on.
I'm gonna like literally hold my hand out like, Zappy, stay where you are. Like, just, like, trust me. Like, just... Or I'd like yell at Karos, like, cause can Zappy understand me, right? No?
As much as a dog can understand a human.
Alright, then I'm gonna yell out and tell like Karos if he can hear me. I'm like, Karos, tell Zappy to stop moving! And like
he's just walking closer.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Alright. As you do, you begin to cast a spell. What do you say to Zappy?
Oh, but don't go in there.
Wait, why?
He has some problems. He has some problems.
Wait, but Zappy can solve them.
How?
I didn't think that far. I just want to help.
I know. I have a better idea. Come.
Okay.
See that little island?
Uh-huh.
You can blink over there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You could have a look. What's there?
Okay. And you'll see it just immediately just starts running over towards the thing. It literally slips for a brief moment as he begins to just jumping up and down for a brief moment in time before he actually slips for a brief moment and then begins to just teleport onto the ice and then just stop for a brief moment. You do see as the ice below him begins to crack. Pyre and Atticus, to make sure everybody gets a chance. What are you two doing?
Can I use I'm looking. Similar to how we did with the slope with freezing with Ray of Frost, can I try to like change my focus from what's ever on that island to just try to stabilize the bridge to allow those on it, if it like starts to collapse, to get off it before they fall in?
Ooh, that's smart. That being said, yeah, you can move your token a little bit closer towards it and trying to just freeze the area. Or are you trying to like freeze the ground below them, or like that's cracked, or are you trying to like make pillars of the sorts to, you know, brace it?
It's almost like every time I see a crack in the bridge, I'm like shooting like a patching it as it appears to give them like the extra couple of seconds to move if it starts to fall.
Sure, you can definitely try to do that, and that'll at least help a little bit with making it not fall, but it's definitely no structural support. So definitely got to go like very, very slow, or maybe even one at a time, unless you had something to basically make supports out of water or something like that. But I don't know if anybody has something capable of that. But
I mean, only thing I could do is.
Wait, Narth, I saw a smile.
Oh shit.
Anything else you were gonna do, Pyre?
No, that's what
Cool.
I'm gonna spend my turn doing.
Okay, so first I've been following Pyre around. I only rolled an 8 on my Wisdom saving throw, and I just really dig your inner light. So, but then, you know, seeing what Pyre's doing, catching that attention, that looks like there's trouble up there. I assume that I can see that things are going on. How tall up is the bridge?
Yeah, it's not too far. It's roughly like about 30 feet from the water itself.
So you would all see.
Oh,
Atticus would see that. His eyes begin to swirl a little bit and his antenna quiver as he kind of starts to place his hands together and start doing this. And then you maybe see some like a swirling of snowflakes around him as he casts Shape the Flowing River to make a tower of ice, 30-foot kind of square, up below it. Looks like you need some extra support in your lives, my friends.
What the fuck? Yeah, reshape, raise, lower, or freeze or unfreeze an area of ice or water no larger than 30 feet on a side. Oh my god.
I'm
You
Big
see
brain
as,
energy.
You see as the water and the ice begins to slowly form, and there is now structural support amongst this bridge between the likes of Pyre and Atticus. Yeah, this bridge is safe and sound.
okay. Cool.
Yeah, Pyre would just keep like just repairing the cracks, just looking back at Atticus and going like, okay.
So he's able to make the structure, but you, without you, Pyre, like you probably like the bridge was still like on top of it. The bridge would collapse without you, you know.
Yeah.
So that being said, all right, with that safe and sound, what do you guys do? Are you guys still trying to get to this little thing?
Astral
Or?
dream work.
Oh my god.
This fucking guy.
Roland isn't sure if the bridge is still stable and is still just standing still.
As
Hold on. Let's see this.
hey, Karos, I got some.
Boy.
I got some.
What you have, boy?
Uh,
What you have?
I got daggers. Yeah, knives.
Nice.
I got ice knives. Yeah. Do you want me to bring it back?
Yes, bring it back.
All right, he bites one of them, bites down with his mouth, and then teleports for a little bit, and then eventually teleports to you, and you see as he just drops down an ice knife. It is very similar to the one you guys found only moments ago.
Karos will start petting him and just telling him how much of a good boy he is.
he'll like literally just start barking and just kind of licking your face and all that stuff. While you're doing that, Arya, what was the perception check for?
Sorry. I just wanted to see if I could tell him it's okay for him to cross. That's it.
Oh,
That's it.
yeah. I mean, no rule really needed for that one. Yeah, between
Well,
both
I
of
know,
them.
I wasn't
yeah.
sure though.
Yeah, you're good.
But yeah, because he said, because after that he wasn't sure though, because I don't think he was like, so I was gonna tell him like it's safe to cross. But
No, it's
yeah.
more like he's in a weird position he's never been in before, just freaked out, not paying attention to anything.
Okay, Arya would legit call out to you, be like, Roland! Like, I don't know how far away we are, like, you know, like, because it looks close, but at the same time, I'm not sure, because, you know, snow and all that wind and shit, but yeah, I just scream, Roland! Until you look at me, like, oh, I want to get your attention. And then I was like, look at me! It's okay. It is okay. You can cross. And, like, I would just, like, slowly walk towards you, right?
Oh,
And then be like,
okay.
all right, and then we walk together. And I'm gonna call out to Gross. Everybody cross the bridge!
And stop right there, Arya and Roland, as you're going over there.
Oh yeah, no, I'm chilling. I'm not
Yeah, don't go too far. Yeah. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm picking up the dagger and looking at Zappy and just saying, holding it towards his towards leg and asking him, would you be able to reach it with your mouth from here?
Holding it out with your leg. What do you mean by that?
Like holding it near his leg, like as if it was like attached to his leg.
You're actually trying to do this, Bimroth, huh?
Wait, what?
Oh, what Finn said in chat. Oh my god. He will try his absolute best. He's gonna make like a, I don't know. I guess this is probably a dexterity check, honestly. 5. With his little paws, not really. He tries, but one thing you do notice is there's that strange sort of orange glowing light beneath Zappy's paws once more. Now you, Cross, you've never seen this before, but others in the past, you've seen Zappy's, like one of his right paws begin to start glowing orange.
Oh. Hey, can I see your paw?
Yeah. Do you want the dagger too?
Yeah. Also, we'll talk about the dagger a bit later. Hold on. I'm holding the. Show me your paw, please.
Yeah, sure.
The glowing one.
He just like shakes your hand, kind of, you know, like as a dog would.
Yeah. I look at the paw. Why is it glowing? What's on there?
You don't see a symbol or anything like that, but you just see as this like entire base is just it's just shining orange at the moment. No, like nothing much than that. It's kind of similar to Arya a little while ago.
Okay. That's strange. Nothing to worry about. But then the dagger. How about we somehow attach it to your paw, and you learn it to pick it up with your mouth, and then you can go stabbing.
You mean
All
I
right.
could be just like you?
Yes.
Yeah! You just see as he just starts freaking literally teleporting everywhere around you, just barking and more and more.
And this will be your own dagger. The one you found. You found your own weapon.
My own weapon. I'm gonna be like Karas.
My ninja way.
And it was at this moment Zappy became a ninja support dog.
Do
How
I
long-
hear this conversation?
Well, you don't hear. Well, here's what you hear.
Right, I hear
Barking.
Barking.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It's definitely strange.
On a completely side note, is the dagger that I picked up from a while ago, is
Mhm.
it still like melting or is it like a permanent dagger?
Yeah, it is melting. Like, I mean, granted, it's very, very slow process, but it is melting. You know.
Okay.
Oh boy.
He's
Goodness.
next up teaching dynamic aerial marking.
Oh my god. She's just pissing everywhere. Dynamic aerial marking. Fucking Kiba. Jesus Christ. Alright, anyways.
So it sounds like we've got everything of interest off there, correct?
Yeah, for the most part.
And the only two things were the water skin and the dagger, right?
Yeah, oh, actually, let me make sure to mark down you got the water skin. Well, I mean, granted, that was the only thing that is... Zappy only just got a dagger or whatever. He just came over, he's like, oh, I got some. That was it. And then, you know, how Zappy is or whatever. You just happened to get the water skin because you weren't able to really see much more than that.
Okay.
Alright. Dope, dope.
As long as we've cleared it off, I'm okay with that.
Alrighty. If that's the case, then if you guys are ready to go, you guys can move your tokens and join the likes of Roland and Arya, as they're still just probably or Arya's probably just calling out for you guys to join her.
I feel happy that we can go now through the bridge.
So, question. So, do you have does Zappy like literally just have the dagger in his mouth, or does he like have it attached to his paw?
Oh, what we have first, we would have to make a sheath for it. Am I right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I'm just gonna hold on to the dagger for now until we can attach it to his leg.
Gotcha. Okay, makes sense. Alrighty. That being said, you will continue forth. Pyre and Graz, are you guys doing anything, or are you heading forth?
Gross is gonna go last just because she's the biggest and just in case something happens.
You got it.
Yeah, Pyre's gonna wait for people to clear the bridge and then go like single file one by one.
To hide on numbers.
Alright. That being said, you begin to...
Oh, I'm gonna say one more thing to Zappy while we're crossing. I'm gonna take out my hand crossbow. And just think aloud. Obviously talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
We could train with the crossbow, attaching the crossbow to you, and you shoot with the movement of your body.
His eyes go wide again.
And it's like a string tied to his tail and twitch his tail back and it launches.
Like you know the dogs in
Divinity. I knew it. I was thinking the exact same thing. Oh my god, you're about to turn this man into a war machine.
Yeah,
Yes.
We're creating.
I told you I'm gonna train him.
Next, we're going to install the hatch so we can drive this tank.
My god. That being said, you see I mean, again, I can't describe it anymore. He's literally just like bouncing all around. At one point, you nearly fear that he's about to fall into the likes of the water by slipping off. You have to kind of grab him to calm him down, to stop moving everywhere. But eventually, as this is sort of happening, 1 second. Everybody make a perception check real quick. Just real quick. No. 6, 8,
Seriously?
6. Oh god.
It's still an 8 with fucking that one.
Oh god. 17 Groswell, I guess it makes sense. Is that everybody? Ari, I need a perception check. And I need one.
First one.
No, sadly.
I'm busy with Zappy.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, just they should be back. Where'd she go? Team Hello? Okay, that's fine. That being said, as this begins to happen, Groswarl, you definitely see something a little interesting off to the side. You see as the blizzard the snow is beginning to pick back up a little bit more, and as this is sort of happening, you notice something strange happening up here. A bit of the sort of snow and a bit of the mist is starting to form around in this sort of singular area. And what you would notice is that as it begins to fade and pass, you being the only person sort of perceptive about it, everyone else kind of moving forward to trek up the mountain. You look up and you find a figure standing atop of the cliff. Long blue cape with a frozen over sword, dagger, and shield in hand. They seem to look stoically upon you all as you see a blue dragonborn individual. And to Pyre and Graz, a very familiar one at that. As you see, this individual. You see the captain of the ship that started this wild adventure here in the flesh. He always had a frozen sword the entire time. And alive and all. What do you all say and do?
Oh no.
Groswarl just like freezes where she is and just says very loudly, "Holy shit!"
Is that all?
Yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Pyre's looking to see if this individual is corrupted or like anything different about him since the last time we saw him.
Make a perception check.
It's
4?
okay, guys. 4.
Hey man, if you got inspiration, I'd say now's a good time to use it. Oh man.
So, know that guy?
Can I also roll inspiration?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Sam.
Yeah, you can affect other people's rolls if you want.
Or I meant like, sorry, I meant like, could I roll perception, not inspiration? Sorry.
Yeah, I'll allow Graz to do it. 14, alright. With a 14... Oh yeah, you see something different about him, alright. But he's not corrupted. That's the thing. So that's good, I guess, but, well, he's got a little bit of a couple of new friends, to say the least. You see, as you basically say, oh shit, or whatever in general, he stands there silently. And you watch as several animals begin to emerge. Wolves and a hawk of the sorts, glowing all in unison with blue cold eyes similar to the captain of the ship, Captain Draxel. As you see these individuals begin to form, and they are massive in size. Each of these wolves the size of Jon Snow the Winter Wolf, and if not, maybe a little bit smaller, if not bigger for some of them. As they look over towards you, you see as they begin to almost look as if they're sort of surrounding the likes of prey, before Draxel just looks towards them and watches the hawk flies over above. You see as this happens, his eyes begin to glow blue similar to theirs. And you see as Draxel says this. You should have died on the ship. And begins to walk away as he sheathes his sword off to the side. And as he looks over towards you for one last moment, sees he looks towards the palm of the hand, and with that 14 on your perception check, you see as he has a marking upon him as well. In fact, a black star similar to Groswarl's. Before each and every single one of the wolves begin to pounce down onto the ground, and they lunge towards you. And with that, your souls are shackled, and the time for battle is next week
Bro.
for session 2 of the 7 souls.
Fuck. No.
I didn't even get to smudge him yet.
Start switching.
Oh man, he's back. Good lord. That being said, he is walking away in this moment in time, so we'll have to figure out what the heck we're gonna do later next week. But yeah, thank you guys for playing. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Sadly, we had to end the session a little early, as I mentioned before, because we got the meeting in a couple minutes. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed yourself and had fun. Oh boy.
Thank you so
That was
much for
awesome.
DMing, Sensei.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Great, Sensei. As always.
Thank you. Thank you everybody for watching and all that good stuff. I'll break down stream in just a moment. And oh wait, hold on. Did we hit Wait, let me see if we hit 1,400 followers. We only got 1,397.
Yeah, I figured
So close.
So what you're saying is
Guys,
I
follow
need to
the
make
stream,
3 bot
please.
accounts really quick.
1, 2,
No.
3, 4.
No.
Feels bad. Feels bad. We'll get there eventually. Maybe Secrets in the Sands can bring us home.
Guys,
Hey guys, I know we have some new followers. Come on in there, buddy.
Ah,
We
boy.
need more followers for the wave crew fix. Come on.
All right. Thank you guys for
bro.
Thank you guys for playing. I'm gonna break down the stream, and we'll be right back. If you guys do gotta skedaddle and get going, by all means do so. But I'll be right back. All right. Let's deafen for a moment if I can. Boop. All right. Let's switch overlays and all that good stuff. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. My name is SenseiSuplex. If you don't know me and you're just stopping on by, but essentially, I am a professional dungeon master who runs a giant persistent universe known as Project Aurora. Mods, if you guys can do in chat, !project, and so everybody can know. And also, hey, thank you for the follow, Roy. Appreciate that. Actually, hey, that's 2 more followers that we just need. 2 more followers. So going back to the whole Project Aurora thing, basically, I run this universe alongside several other dungeon masters of the sorts, where we all run our games and adventures, one-shots, all that stuff in the same living, breathing universe that everybody can affect. Every campaign can have consequences to the others, and even the likes of chat and the community itself can actually affect the sessions in a multitude of ways by giving out inspiration points, helping out world building, and tons of different things. Everybody leaves their mark on the universe. How will you? So hey, if that sounds remotely interesting, !project, join the Discord link or click the little Nightbot link down below. And hey, maybe if you really enjoyed this session and all that stuff and you want to see more, well, tomorrow we're gonna have Secrets in the Sands, which is actually the desert campaign, and that's gonna be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time, this Sunday. But also, if you want to catch up on the VODs for this group specifically, because you're a freaking 7 Souls fanatic, go check out on the YouTube channel, look up the Rime of the Frost Maiden game, because Rime of the Frost Maiden is what happened beforehand to this thing, right, as they changed campaigns halfway through. But that being said, that's all I got. If you want to consider supporting me, because I do this whole thing full time while I'm in college and all that, consider checking out the Patreon. We give out homebrew races, subclasses, and more, such as like the Lepidon, the Astral Genasi, and tons of other things. All right, enough shout out promotional material. Now it's time to end the stream off in a big good old fashioned SenseiSuplex raid. All right, everybody. So if you guys don't know how we get down, basically we go to find on the Dungeons and Dragons category. We try to find people. We typically don't have that many viewers or whatever at the moment, or we'll just raid actually people from our stream team and all that. And we will basically try to make their day, to just put a smile on their face. And that's pretty much it. That's as deep as it really gets. So that's what we're gonna do real quick. We might actually we might raid one of our friends. Oh wait, Sages? Oh, okay, guys. I have to raid Steam Sage. The reason why is Steam Sage, I was actually on a podcast of theirs, and basically it was a world building panel and all that stuff, and it was really fun to be a part of. Really awesome. And they got a couple of individuals on there, so hey, they're going to be talking about world building and D&D. I want to give a little bit of love and support over there. So I'd appreciate it if you guys drop a follow on their channel and all that good stuff. And yeah, just be the awesome individuals that you typically are. All right, I'm gonna just type in Steam Sage 1. All right, while that raid is getting done, thank you guys again for watching, and I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Have a good one. Goodbye.